Every single call. I'll do it for you, Tom. I'll do it for you, Tom. We got a lot more people pouring on now. Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Alex Becker. If you're just hopping in right now, some guy challenged me. This happens every call. He said my car behind me is a CGI, like green screen or something like that. And first off, that would take Star Wars levels of CGI to replicate. That's way more money than I could afford. And secondly, it's just crazy because I don't even drive that thing. I bought that when I was a crazy, really stupid 20-year-old. But what's going on, guys? Welcome to the call. We're going to get started here in 2 minutes. I see Mary from the UK. Got Isaac from Texas. Let's go. I like Texas. I live in Texas. Good for you. And we also have Charlotte from Chicago. That sounds pretty cool. That's a good little name, Charlotte from Chicago. Good for you. Anyways, guys, I don't know why people log in here and start saying, hey, I'm this from here, but welcome everyone to the call. I'm not going to answer any more of these. By the way, if you have any questions throughout the call, I will not be able to answer them live because we have a couple hundred people on. I do have staff standing by to help you out. I think we have enough people on right now, so I'm just going to get to start. I know you guys probably value your time like everybody else on planet Earth, so I'm going to be very quick about this. Just a quick little attendance call. Hey, Matt, are you here?
Yep, I'm here.
Awesome. Hey, Devin, just checking in. We're about to get started. Are you here?
Hey, Alex. Yep. Hear you loud and clear, dude. And hey to everybody else on call. Devin Zander here. Got a lot of awesome training for you today. I'm super excited. We worked really hard on this. Alex has a few things to say first, then I'll take over. Then I got some awesome training for you. Super pumped. And I'll talk to you guys in a couple minutes.
Wasn't that a nice warm greeting you had there? Everybody's going to think you're super nice this call. All right, everybody, can you give me a 1 if you're ready to get started? And by that, I mean watch us build a $10,000 per month business right in front of you. Actually show you how we built a $137,000 a month business in the first 30 days of it. Even show you how we took one new store to $501,000 in sales in its first 3 months. So there's a lot of cool stuff you're going to be seeing on this call. Does that sound good to you? Okay, awesome. So quick few questions. Would you like to work from home? Would you like to make more money from home? Would you like to be able to quit your job and at least do something where you're your own boss and work whenever you want? And would you like to basically enjoy all the benefits of having a passive income from home and enjoying choice and freedom in your life? Is that why you're on the call? Can you give me a 2 if that's why you're here? That's pretty straightforward. That's why everybody hops on this call. Well, look, I'm just going to tell you this straight up. My name is Alex Becker, and while a big social media following is not the end all of who you should listen to when it comes to building online business, by all means, do not do that. That being said, a large amount of people do find what I think about online business to be very valuable. You can see I have over 370,000 subscribers on YouTube. I have over 280,000 followers on Instagram. And the primary reason for that is because I know a thing or two about building online businesses. You can see right here, one of my businesses doing over $1 million a month in sales in March. Here's another month doing $853,000 in sales. And just to double confirm this, you can come over here, check out Google. Right here, site says my net worth is $15 million. And if you come down here, CNBC, confirming that one of my first businesses in my 20s doing over $4 million a year in revenue. Now, I don't say all these things to toot my horn or say, look how popular or successful I am. I just want to convey to you right now that I do know a thing or two about building online businesses, and a lot of people find my input valuable. And so I'm going to give you my input right now. In all my years and experience of building online businesses, I've been doing this almost for a decade, I've never seen anything work for so many people who have never had any experience, are starting from home, and I've never seen so many people do it in such a reasonable time frame as what you're going to see today, particularly what Matt is going to show you. And last call, people got pissed off because we talked about results too much. So before this call, you saw tons and tons of results. There's literally pages and pages and pages of results. If you want to see people making 6 figures from what I'm about to teach you, these people attended this same call. Michael did over $100,000 actually in his first couple months. You want to see people doing this in 30 days? Here's a bunch of people. Yami, for example, did $12,000 his first month in sales. This person's mom did $1,500 their first month in sales. Yami actually broke $100,000 in a day. You want to see people not having to go to college? Bruce right here was able to generate over $40,000 and pay off his college debt. You want to see how to build a business without taking tons of time out of your life? Dhruv right here is able to generate $359 in his first day doing this. Michael was able to generate $20,000 in his first month. You want to see how to possibly even make 6 figures from home? Yami right here, here's him making $12,000 his first month And actually, there's a screenshot of him right here actually making $14,000 in a day. Jennifer right here didn't even know what the business model we're about to talk about was. And she did $26,000 in sales her third month. And do not take my word on any of this. You will have a chance to go through all these results with a fine-tooth comb. You will even have the chance to meet these people. I just don't want to spend 30 minutes like we do every single call going through all the results. Okay, I want to get you in and out of here, and I want to make sure that you're able to take away as much as possible, as fast as possible. And the reason why all these people are getting results is because they're copying this guy. His name is Matt Smith. Here's one of his stores. In his first 30 days, he did over $137,000 in sales. And in the next 3 months, he did over $501,000 in sales. And by the end of this call, you're going to know the exact loophole that he uses, the business model. You're even going to see him do this over the shoulder. And we are literally going to build a $10,000 per month business right in front of you. And very quickly, all the results you've seen are from us basically sharing Matt's exact checklisted system. I'm not joking. You're going to see on this call, he has a step-by-step checklist he follows to build stores like this. And these are results literally from that checklist. And just to give credit where credit's due, all the results you've seen from people, a lot of people didn't even know what this business model was before they attended this call, are from Matt's mastermind group, HCOM. Now hold up, you're not going to get the chance to join this right now. You can't join this right now, and this isn't what this call is about. What this call is across the thousands of people that Matt has helped, and I also help manage this group, we've seen patterns and trends behind the people to get results. And so we feel that the best way to help you out in the fastest time frame possible is to first explain this business model to you and then show you all the shortcuts and patterns that people have followed, narrow it down to cliff notes, and then just give it to you on this call. And you'll be able to go out there and get results with it. And the reason why I decided to make this call is I kind of ran into a problem. Long story short, I've achieved the dream online. I've taken all the cool Instagram pictures you could ever imagine. I've reached a level of reputation that most people think is pretty neat. I've gotten a cool house. I've gotten a cool car. The problem I had is this stuff is absolutely irrelevant to you. It means nothing. Ignore my car. Ignore my business numbers. They have nothing to do with you, and you're not even going to be starting a business that's similar to the businesses that I own. That's my problem. And that's really frustrating because I have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers online. And that's not tooting my horn. It's just I know what I'm doing, and the information I put out is really good. However, when it comes to helping the people that follow me online start a particular business, I'm pretty almost unhelpful. Here's why. Because when I first got started, when I was in the military, completely broke, and I made my first 1.5 million 2 years later, I did it through a process called SEO. And SEO doesn't work anymore. It's very confusing. I don't suggest you do that. And the way I make money now is from my software company, Market Hero. And I don't suggest you start with SEO, and I also really don't suggest you start a software company. It's a bad, very expensive way, very brutal way to make money if you don't know what you're doing. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to find a person who's actually crushing it today, in today's world, and is going through that breakthrough that I went through around 2012 right now. And most importantly, has systemized it for all the people that follow me. And if I can go and find someone who has a system like that, that has put it in a very easy to understand way, and then put it in a way that my followers can copy and they can get results with, that's awesome. It's awesome. It kind of sucks when people are like, hey, how do I start a business? What business did I start? And you're kind of like, let me get back to you on that. And that's what this event is for. This is me getting back to it, because when I started going out there and looking for the exact person who's doing that, one name kept coming up over and over and over again. You've probably heard about him in ads and all that hoopla. And his name is Matt Smith. And he's going to be showing you today exactly how he built a $20,000 to $30,000 per day empire. And the coolest thing about this is he built this in a span of months from home, with virtually no investment, and he did it while working a job, so he did it in his free time. And of course he went full time once the money started coming in. Now, the reason why I wanted to reach out to Matt today to show you this is because what he's done, he's a very analytical, pattern-oriented guy. His old job at Equity was actually in analysis. And so what he did is he analyzed this business model that's really been going on since the 1950s, and he applied it to a new emerging market, and he turned it into a literal checklist. I'm not joking. You'll go through the later on this event. There is actually a literal checklist. Here's the slide. Here's a picture of what it looks like. We're not going to give it all to you right now because you wouldn't even understand what to do with it. But it's literally down to a checklist. It's annoyingly repeatable. And that's exactly why I reached out to Matt. I said, you got to come and show people what you're doing. And this is actually one of my favorite parts of the call, because I know that Matt gets all flustered and embarrassed when I talk about him in front of a group of people. And so I find that really funny. Anyways, Matt, I know you love this part of the call, right?
It's an important part, but it always makes me cringe when you guys go over this.
Yeah. Anyways, there's a very specific reason I sought Matt out, and it was because he wasn't a guru. The way I heard about Matt was from other people who had used his checklist and systems that he'd shared it with, just personal people and groups. I said, who's the best? This guy. He's blueprinted the Matrix, dude. That's what one guy said. I've known for the longest time, you don't want to follow the person who's screaming he's a king. A true king does not need to say, I'm a king. And I realized if I wanted to help people, I didn't want to go and find this guy, the guy who's constantly talking. And yes, I see the irony. I know I have a Lamborghini behind me. I'll save you the comments. However, if I want to help people start a business from home without being flashy, just in their back office, just doing the work, and without going and networking, without going and calling, without being some big personality online, I need to find the person who looks like this. This is a picture of Jeff Bezos, just putting his nose in the dirt and doing the work. Not flashy, but boy, does it get results. And this is what the person looks like that you want to listen to. And that's who I seeked out. And so I seeked out Matt. It was quite difficult because he doesn't have some calling card. He doesn't have some big professional Tony Robbins website. I actually found him through a buddy of mine who he was working with at the time. And Devin owns an app company that was basing all of its technology off of Matt's business model strategies and making millions of dollars. And that's how I got in contact with Matt. And Matt was actually kind enough to sit down with me and tell me exactly what he did and how he did it and how he was able to build a business that's grown into a multi-million-dollar income in his free time while he was working at a job without investing a ton of money and all that negative stuff that people tell you comes with a business. So I want to tell you what he told me so that you can go and copy it like so many other people have. So that's what we're going to do. And the craziest thing about it, when I met Matt and sat down with him, he told me, it's not what you think, dude. I didn't start off as some Elon Musk. I didn't want to make my first million at 15. In fact, the cold hard reality is I wanted the complete opposite. I wanted to go to school, get a job, work on my career, and do that. I did not want to be an entrepreneur. Complete opposite. The problem was after I mastered, I was the best at it, I got to the point where I was struggling so much, I just wanted the ability to pay my damn rent. That's why I became an entrepreneur. That's why I started this. I'm not some tech whiz kid. I was never into coding. I never even thought about building an entrepreneurship business when I was growing up. I just want stability and a comfortable, stress-free life. And pursuing this resulted in me being in a place where I was stuck and scraping desperate for a way out. It was really hard. That's why I started this, because I was so frustrated because I did the right, safe, proven way first. I went to school and got good grades. I did all the internships. I went to college. I was supposed to get a good job. I was supposed to have this happily ever after. And Alex, the problem was those words, safe, right, proven. The machine that people get into, the machine that people do right now, a lot of people in this call, when you do talk to them, they're probably in it. It's that 1930s based life model that doesn't work anymore because it's 2019, 2020. You know what it is? People go to school, they get a career, work that for 30 to 40 years. That doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work. I experienced it first half. I went through the whole entire machine. I experienced it firsthand. I went through the whole entire machine. I said, wait, what's the machine? He says, you know exactly what it is. It's what your parents, friends, family tell you to do. You go to school, you work, you're able to support your family, and everything goes great if you just put in the work and you be a model citizen. That's not the case. I was so excited when I got out of school. I thought I'm going to get this big job. It's going to be awesome. And the result was anything but that. And so Matt's reckoning, and forgive my smiles, the visualization of this always cracks me up, but this is a really dark, serious time in Matt's life. His happily ever after got canceled by a man named Mr. Dougal. Let me explain what that means. So like everybody else in the machine, Matt didn't get the career job that he wanted. He got what he got. He got what he begged for. The job market's very competitive. And most people that get into the machine, they get put in a place working at a job they hate for someone they don't particularly like. And Matt got the pinnacle of this because after being declined from job after job after job, Matt had to accept anything. And that anything came in the form of him walking into an office with the AC cranked up. They wouldn't turn down past a bunch of dead-eyed employees. And Matt knew, oh no, this isn't good. And that was compounded by the fact that he walked in the back office, and in the back office there's a Jabba the Hutt 48-year-old man with a box of Keebler cookies, sweating because he wouldn't turn down the AC in his own shop, saying, hey, you can come work for me. Come do analytical work for me. And when I actually Googled a picture of a fat man eating cookies, I got Durden Dursley from Harry Potter. And I showed my phone to Matt. I said, this is what he looked like. And he goes, that's actually pretty damn accurate. I'm like, that is hilarious. So for the rest of us, I picture Durden Dursley yelling at Matt. And the biggest insult from all of this is Matt, who had put all this time in the college, done all the internships, done it all right, ends up working for Mr. Dougal, who of course that's not his name, but the rest of this is hilariously true. And Mr. Dougal never went to college. Never invested in his education a day in his life. Yet Matt was working for him. And so Matt's happily ever after turned into happily Mr. Dougal. And so Matt had to surrender to trading 72% of his life, making Mr. Dougal rich. And that meant waking up every single day to go to that sweaty office where Mr. Dougal was either eating cookies in the corner or just didn't show up. He was just hanging out with his family while Matt made him rich. But he said, this is going to lead to something good. Okay, this consistent paycheck, this career, it's going to be worth in a few years, right? You fast forward a few years, no, not the case. Matt was just barely covering his living expenses while living with his parents, and the rest of his money was going to his college debt, making all the people that own colleges rich. Well, then he'd go to work and make Mr. Dougal rich, because Mr. Dougal had a really cool strategy. He didn't give people raises or reward his employees. What he did is he automated their work with software. So anyone that straggled, he just automate with software, fire them. Or what he would do is he'd lower pay constantly so he could hire more employees, that would make him more money. So he just split everybody's paycheck. And I told Matt, you probably should have known that. You probably should have known he was greedy when he was hogging all those cookies when you walked in. Did he even offer you one? Matt didn't think this was funny. I thought that was a hilarious joke. Whatever. So Matt said, I didn't work to get richer. I didn't work to grow my career. I worked so that I didn't get swallowed by my debt. Because if I got cut when he was automating people's jobs with softwares, I would get swallowed by my debt. And most importantly, my pay kept going down. And Alex, at this time, I had a girlfriend. I wanted to get married. I was still living with my parents. And I thought, how the hell is this going to work out? And I had to realize the cold hard reality is there wasn't going to be a happily ever after. Just a long line of Dougals. Even if I quit this job, the only other job openings were working for other dickheads just like this guy. And it was pretty humbling when I realized after all the time I'd put into investing into the machine, the system that clearly no longer works these days, it was like going to a slot machine. If I didn't play the slot machine, I got swallowed by my college debt. If I did play the slot machine, I still lost. That's what my job felt like. And it was a dark time when I realized the machine that was supposed to be the risk-free route, Alex, it was actually risk-free. It took all the risk away from me because I didn't even have to worry about winning. I just automatically lost. I pulled the machine, boom, lost. No risk at all. I thought that's actually a pretty funny way to look at it. He goes, it's not funny, dude, because I felt like Ryan Reynolds in the oxygen torture tank in Deadpool. Of course, this was funny to me too because I pictured Mr. Dougal performing this horrible torture on him. And if you don't know what they did in Deadpool, basically they put Ryan Reynolds in an oxygen tank, they suck all the oxygen out, and then give him just enough air to breathe and then suck that out too. So he's just stuck in a constant state of suffocation. He said, that's what I felt like. I thought to myself, when do I get to breathe? How am I ever going to have a family with such instability? How am I going to enjoy life like this? When do I get to have a disposable income? When can I go to Whole Foods and get some organic food without wanting to cry? When can I take my girlfriend on a date without feeling like a loser, without having a heart attack when the bill comes? When can I stop worrying about money? When can I stop borrowing money from my parents and getting those disappointing looks? I got into this so I could be one of those people that people look up to. A person, they say, that person has their life together. I put everything together. I got it all together. And I was not becoming that person. I did not feel like that person, Alex. And the questions kept piling on because on top of that, I could have dealt with being broke, but I didn't even know if I was going to be safe next week. The job market is ridiculous. The average amount of time people spend at a job is 2-3 years. So I had no stability whatsoever. How on earth could I ever retire? When was I ever going to be able to relax? And most importantly, Alex, I wasn't asking to be a millionaire. I was just asking to be able to wake up happy and not have to work out of fear. And I desperately wanted something else. I sat there, stressed over bills, shamed by the amount of money I was making, and overall getting zero fulfillment out of what I was doing and thinking, I want it, but I don't know what something else is. And the breaking point came after putting another 60-hour work week. Dougal walks up to me, waddles up to me actually. Again, I'm hot as shit, pissed off. He looks me in the eye and mumbles, we need to make another pay cut so we can get more staff. And he didn't say staff, but I knew that's what that asshole was doing. And I just looked at my computer, dead-eyed, and it was only 9 a.m. in the morning. I still had many more hours of work ahead of me and just realized my grand reward for doing it all right and doing what everybody told me to do was a life spent at Mr. Dougal's office, suffering while that dude's in the corner eating cookies or at home with his family while I make him rich, because I was damn good at the analytical work I did. And so when I actually sat down and defined what I wanted out of life, fulfillment, financial stability, freedom, choice, I realized this machine wasn't taking me there. It was just a track through a dark tunnel that ends with darkness. I said, that's really morbid. He said, let me explain in a little bit more logical sense. And he said, here's a better way to look at it. Once I defined what failure was in my life, which was not getting those things, choice, freedom, financial stability, stress-free, the ability to enjoy my work and get fulfillment out of what I do, it was really clear what was going on. Because I, of course, thought about starting a business, and I realized when I put it all together and what failure truly was, which was not enjoying my life, not getting fulfillment out of my life, one option was clearly the better one. Look, this is the thing that drives me crazy when people say, no, stay in your job and your career. Because people think the machine, the career, the job route is the way to avoid risk, the way to avoid failure. But if you actually define what ultimate failure is, this is my definition of ultimate failure. Waking up at 60 years old, not having anything to show for my life, still struggling, still unfulfilled and full of regret. That is ultimate failure. Because at that point, yeah, you could still maybe turn around, but it's probably not going to happen. You are stuck. You are condemned. That's where you are going to stay. And that's it. That's ultimate failure, Alex. And people think that if they just keep going down this road, they keep staying at their job, they're somehow going to avoid that. When they're not. No amount of going down the wrong road is going to take you to where you want to go. If you're trying to get to the beach and you keep driving the opposite direction, you're never going to get there. And just like driving the wrong direction, the farther you go in that direction, the farther you are away from the beach. And so I realized there's no reward for that 20, 30 years of suffering at my job. It's suffering met with the final ultimate failure. And so I thought, yeah, building a business, it's challenging. There's going to be some struggle, but I'm going to struggle either way. Except on this route, if I get to the peak, I get what I want. The struggle will be worth it in the end. And at least I'm working for myself and not Mr. Dougal. And then a humbling thing I did, Alex, was I actually pulled up this one chart and it defined for me in blocks how long I'd been on Earth and how long I had left. And I realized if I kept driving in this direction, like I told you before, I was going to run out of time to turn around. The farther I went down this road, the farther I was down this road that I did not want to go down. Look, I was 27 years old at the time, and what was my reward if I stayed on this for another 10 years? I'd be 37 years old, nearly 40, still making a shamefully low amount of money, still struggling and pissed off and more stuck than ever. And if I stayed there for another 10 years, boom, I'm 47 years old, almost 50 years old with no options. And at that point, you're out of options. You don't get a choice to swing. You don't get a choice to try and do something else. That ultimate failure is pretty much going to happen. And so I said, heck with it. I'm going to start a business because at least if I'm going to struggle, I'm going to struggle to get something that I want out of it. I'm going to struggle either way, but at least I don't have to spend 30, 40 years suffering in the struggle to get nothing in return, to get all my options taken away from me. So I decided to start a business. Now, of course, my parents told me I was a crazy person. The rest of my family looked at me skeptically. My friends thought, oh, no, please don't do this to yourself, Matt. And my employees laughed at me because they were already in a manic depressive state at that office. They just wanted everyone to be sad. I said, no, I'm going to do this because all these people telling me don't start a business, Alex, is the same if I went to the gym and there's a really fat guy staying there telling me, I'm going to help you lose weight. I wouldn't believe him because he can't lose weight on his own. And all these people, they're all stuck at the jobs. They're all stuck in the machine I was so desperately trying to get out of. Why would I ever ask these people how to get out of the machine? These people were like fat people that had decided to retire or surrender into eating cake for the rest of their life and condemning everybody who decides not to eat cake. Didn't make any sense to me. And as I spoke to more entrepreneurs, I saw the insanity of the machine that they preached. Because Matt told me this as he actually drew this out, and I've redrawn it for you in a way better format. I'm much better at drawing than Matt is. He told me, though, this is where I was. This is where I was right then, and I wanted to get the freedom. But everybody and their dog told me I was blocked from it because entrepreneurship takes money, time, experience, and luck. But I talked to a lot of other entrepreneurs, and this was nonsense. It was complete boulderdash. You like those cool words I'm using? All right, so look, he told me, if I went to college, here's what it involved, 4 years, $40,000 to $80,000 in debt, which I got to experience. That doesn't make any sense, though, because it only took me a couple months to start my business. I didn't have to go get another education. And in your grand reward for all that is 30 to 40 years suffering for that likely ultimate failure. Because did you know, Alex, only 15% of people have over $10,000 in their bank account. That includes people who are retirement age. People don't get to retire anymore, and Social Security is not going to be around in the future. So this route right here is insane to me. None of it adds up, but it's because of this block right here, money, time, experience, and luck. And as I spoke to more entrepreneurs, they told me that's not how things are. Yeah, the things people are talking about, for example, are like McDonald's. And Matt looked into starting McDonald's, actually. And I thought that was hilarious, too. Because who's like, the first thing I want to do is make a McDonald's. Anyways, Matt told me Well, it costs $750,000 to start a McDonald's. Even the cheapest franchise I could find, Buddha Juice, costs $54,000 to $96,000. And I've learned from other entrepreneurs that these weren't the businesses you should start. See, the value of these businesses comes from the location, staff, equipment, brand, and physical location. Not you, not the entrepreneur. It doesn't come from your mind. Think about it. The owner of a McDonald's restaurant, what value does he bring? Nothing really. He actually gets a checklist from the franchise, and the value he brings is the money. It's not him. And so you have to find a business model that doesn't have that block. And the way I get past it was just by finding a business that had these requirements. It didn't have a large upfront investment. It didn't require more than me to run. It didn't require years of experience to learn about. And it didn't take luck or creativity. It must have been something rinse and repeat. And I noticed that most online businesses, especially in emerging markets, fit this bill. And so what I realized when I was talking to other entrepreneurs, people that actually knew how to get out of this cage that I was stuck in, is these are called cash flow businesses. And these businesses are based on you, your skill, your strategy. And the ROI comes from your mind and the time you put into it, not the money you put into it. This is the key. If you do this, there's tons of businesses out there. And just in case you guys are doubtful listening to this right now, Jennifer right here didn't even know what Shopify was, didn't even know what the business model. And just in case you guys are skeptical right now, here's a person that picked up the same business model that Matt's about to get into in the story. She didn't even know what it was a couple months ago. She did $26,000 in a month, her third month. That's actually better than how Matt did. And that's because she copied Matt. Still, his stuff's pretty good. It works. And here's Michael, for example. He came in. He didn't have to make a six-figure investment. He did $20,000 his first month. He didn't have to start a McDonald's or a Buddha Juice. And here's Yami. When Matt said, I don't want to wait till 60 to 70 years old to maybe retire. I want to enjoy my life right now. I don't want to suffer for 30 to 40 years. Perfect example right here. Yami came in, never done this before. Now, this is us sending his $1 million earner plaque. He generated over $1 million using this business model. Here's him actually making $14,000 in one day. Here's him actually $15,900 on a Black Friday. And he's in his 20s, he's in his early 20s. He gets to enjoy the rest of his life. How awesome is that? No 30 to 40 years of suffering. He gets to enjoy it right now. And that's the whole benefit to this, Matt said. I said, the truth about entrepreneurship is, you might struggle a little bit at first, but at the end, you get to enjoy the rest of your life. That's what you get. I'm never going to get that if I keep going down this path. And so the way out, Alex, actually came from me browsing Facebook late at night. And I said, you realize that stuff rots your brain. He goes, I get it. Stop making jokes. I go, okay, so how did this happen? He said, there's this vegetable cutting machine that I had bought at Target for $50. And I saw it on Facebook, and it was being sold by a store for $30. And I thought, did Target just rip me off? And then I saw it being sold again for $25 on Facebook through another ad. And so I clicked on it, and I copied the title of the product from the store, put it into Google, and I saw it was actually being wholesaled from a Chinese website. And by that means it was being sold from a site where you could just contact the warehouse that was making them and buy them for the wholesale price, which was $5. And so Matt went to one of these stores and bought one of these cutting devices, and they sent it to him. And the crazy thing is, it was directly from that warehouse. That meant these stores, they weren't even going and buying these things up front. What they were doing is they were selling it, a picture of it, on their stores for $30. Once you paid them the $30, they went and bought it for $5 and shipped it directly to you and kept the $25 profit. And Matt was about to be mad until he realized that Target was doing the same exact thing. In fact, Whole Foods, 7-Eleven, Louis Vuitton even, every brand on earth is doing this. But this is the first time normal people were actually able to do this. And he said, all right, well, the last question I have is, how did these people know to sell it to me? And he clicked on the why am I seeing this ad button in Facebook, and it said because you like these certain interests. And it just clicked. It was so obvious what people were doing. People were going and selling items from their stores to people based on their interests on Facebook. And when people bought those items, they shipped it to them for a 6x profit. Clear as day. And Matt said that was the big connection, because then I saw and I did some research into this and realized that people were just taking advantage of a business model that's been around forever. Made in China is almost a meme. You look at all your stuff, it's all made in China. Your Nike shoes, all made in China. Except in the past, people weren't able to do three things. This is what he told me. First off, a person can never connect with a wholesale warehouse in China, ever. This is the first time you can ever do this. Most importantly, you can actually buy ads next to huge brands right now like Coke and Geico on Google and Facebook for dollars. $5 a day is perfectly fine. You can get running on these ad platforms just like that. And for the first time ever, you can make a website for free that's templated without any code and be accepting credit cards and start your business literally in a day. And what this allowed me to do, Alex, was jump over the barrier that big brands like Walmart, IKEA, you name it, have been abusing since the dawn of time, and I could get a cut of this. I could hop in. So I went all in. And what I discovered the name of this was called Shopify e-commerce drop shipping. And I started doing this. And of course, it was bumpy at first. And it was made even more rough because at the office, people found out I was working on a business. I mentioned a little bit. Mr. Dougal even found out about it. He just laughed because he just thought everyone that worked for him was an idiot who was born literally to just come on this earth and watch him eat cookies and pay for his family vacations. That just pissed me off even more. And that just pissed me off even more, though, because, yeah, I wasn't doing well at first. I lost thousands and thousands of dollars. I lost almost all my savings doing this because what was happening is I get a few hits, but then I'd miss a ton. And I realized as I talked to other entrepreneurs, they all had systems. They all had very precise ways for picking products. And so I said, I'm going to do that too. So I looked at what all the other entrepreneurs I was talking to was doing. And by the way, Alex, one of the most important key was working with other entrepreneurs. If I hadn't talked to other people, I'd be done. But I was able to look at their ads and then more importantly, go to the wholesale sites and look at the buzz on the sites. I could look at the traffic, the numbers behind it. And I created a checklist. If a product met these criteria and had this type of ad design and had this type of buzz on the wholesale site, then I'd run the ad using a very specific format, a very specific headline. And so I needed this to work because I only had a few chances left. And if I did not make this work, I wouldn't be able to pay my debt. And I'd have to probably ask my parents for more money. And I'd done that enough at this point. That was it. I was toast. But at least if I was going to fail like this, I was doing it to get something I want. Instead of suffering for 30 to 40 years and then being miserable as a grand reward. That's the ultimate failure. I was okay with the struggle. I was okay with this risk because I was taking a risk either way, except in one situation, I was going to lose 100%. In this situation, I believed in myself. I could do it. I've been through hard things in my life before, Alex. I've struggled with things in my life before and I always overcame. There's not a single point in my life that took me off my feet forever. And this was really cool for me because my entire job was analyzing stuff and I'm very good at finding patterns. So I just applied this to a checklist, a system that I could do over and over and over again because I knew if I found something I could do over and over and over again that worked, I could do it over and over and over again to make enough money to quit my job and get out of there and be financially free. And so I said, is this the point where you succeed? He said, no, this is the point where shit got terrible and really embarrassing because I launched an ad and my card got declined for the last time. I got absolutely zero sales. Facebook wouldn't even take my money anymore because they're tired of my card getting declined. So that was it. I was toast. Facebook locked my account. I couldn't run any ads. I couldn't even get people to my store if I wanted to. This was also doubled down on an embarrassment factor because people found out the office I had stopped working on it because Facebook wouldn't take my money. Mr. Dougal actually walked by my desk and gave me a grin almost. It was like, you and me forever, Matt, till the end of time. Those were some dark days. Though there was a miracle that happened because 3 weeks later, Facebook just randomly approved my Facebook account. They said, we're going to let you run ads. I don't know why to this day. Facebook is 10 times more consistent than they used to be. My ads went up. I didn't even know they went up. I went into work very depressed. I came home very depressed per usual. And I just loaded up my Facebook ad account just to look. And I got in hundreds of shares and comments on this ad. I said, what's going on? It must be running now. Then I looked at the ad ROI and I pretty much almost peed my pants in happiness. I said, that's gross, but I'm happy for you. What was it? And he said it was 8 to 1. He said, I'd spent $12 that day and I made $100 back. I'll never forget that day. I will never forget that moment. That was about as much as I had made at work that day. So I doubled down on it. I thought, why not spend $40? And the ROI stuck. I made $320 profit. Then the next day, I spent $100. The ROI dropped a little bit and I made $600 out. And then I spent $200. And that day I made $1,000 in a single day. That was more money than I had almost ever seen at one time. So, and I said, well, what did you do next? He goes, exactly what you thought. Now, I was kind of dumb back then. A 5x ROI for me now is really good. That's really good because I work at a very large scale. That being said, I didn't want anything less than a 5x ROI, so I did it with another product. I loaded up my checklist, I loaded up the system I created, and I did it again. I got that product to $500 to $1,000 a day. And then I did it again, and I did it again. It was like I had a win button on my desk. I just took out the checklist. I followed the headlines. I followed the product selection process. I made the ads in a very specific way and sent them to a very specific type of page. It was all covered in a checklist. I said, that's a powerful checklist. And he said, did you know when I was researching McDonald's, that's how they build all their franchises, with a checklist. They give the person who buys the restaurant a checklist, and that's why their burgers are the same, whether you're buying them in Texas or you're buying them in Canada. It doesn't matter. It's the same checklist no matter where you are in the world. Same exact thing with surgeries. Did you know the number one way to reduce deaths in surgery is to force surgeons to follow a checklist? That has dropped more surgical deaths than any single precaution in the history of surgery. This checklist, Alex, he told me, let me say later. At this point, I was making more than Mr. Dougal because he was an incompetent business owner. He just really perfected slave labor-like employment. In fact, in 3 days, I was making more than a month at my job. And today, fast forward a bit, I make more in 2 days than I made in a year at my job. So one morning, I woke up in the usual depressed state because I knew I had to go to work. I checked my Facebook ad account. I looked at it. I'd made over $2,000 that day. And as I was putting on my tie, I thought to myself, I don't have to go do this. I don't need to go work for Mr. Dougal. I don't need to go see this asshole today. I don't need to go into that hot office. I don't need to go walk past all those idiots who said I can't do this. They laughed at me. They said it was a joke. The joke is on them because I didn't want to do anything dramatic. I'm not some crazy office space guy who's going to run through there, throwing papers in the air saying I quit. I just sent them a very simple email saying I won't be coming in again. That was it. Mr. Dougal sent me back another email. It was all badly written. There's bold letters in the headline. I didn't even open it because it didn't matter. I didn't owe these people anything. I was done. I don't care. Done. And from that point on, fast forward a couple months later, I wasn't just able to quit my job. I became abundantly wealthy because I really perfected this checklist. I knew it worked, so I was going to double down on it. And a couple months later, that's when things really started to take out. There's been points where I opened stores. Here's an example right here that he showed me. He did over $137,000 in the first 30 days of a new store that he made. Just following the checklist, repeating it over and over and over again. It compiles on itself like compound interest. 3 months later, that store had done over $501,000 in sales. Just on command, Matt generated $1 million per year income just from one store. He has many stores. Many stores. And you fast forward to now, Matt wakes up every single day and doesn't have to go work for Jabba the Hutt. There's no smacking a cup. There's no smacking of cookies in the background. There's no hot office. He wakes up and does exactly what he wants to do. And a lot of time that's work because he gets fulfillment from what he does. That's the whole point of life, to be fulfilled. Yeah, he struggled a bit with this, but at the end of it, that struggle was worth it. He didn't have to suffer for 30 to 40 years for the ultimate failure. That's what this event is all about. And of course, to complete the circle, I had Matt come to the house and take a picture in front of a Lamborghini because that is the key to making money on the internet. You can't have an online business unless you pose in front of a Lamborghini. I'm just joking. Matt actually thought this was the dumbest thing ever. On a serious note, though, Matt is literally living proof. The machine that's supposed to work that everybody's stuck in took him in and made him a desperate slave. It wasn't working, it wasn't paying nearly enough, and Matt didn't want to trade his life anymore. So he took another avenue. He went a different route, and he buckled down on a different proven process. He made his own proven process, and he got out of the game and into life. And I think that's an awesome story. Can you give me a 2 in chat if that just motivates you to go, hell yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want to do. And Matt, I know you love when I tell that story, don't you too? It warms your soul.
It's pretty weird to listen to each time. Actually, very weird. But let's get on with it, all right?
That's what happened to you, though. You should be proud. It's remarkable. It's incredible, actually. The thing that I think is really incredible, though, is a few people asked him what he was doing because he was in a few entrepreneur groups. They wanted to know how he was doing these numbers. He wasn't out there posting them everywhere, but he was saying, this is what's working for me. This is how I got these numbers. And he shared it with a few people, and then pow, $11,000 a day, pow, $18,000 a month. I'm going to stop saying pow because this isn't Step Brothers. You see the point, though, and to this day, here's a person in our HCOM group recently, broke over $100,000 in sales, Michael. Still works to this day. People are still using the checklist and system, and Matt is still using his checklists and systems and repeating them. That's why you're seeing all the results that I've shown you. So many people that are in the machine, maybe like you. If you're stuck in the machine right now and you relayed the way Matt was feeling, Yami right here came in. Overall, his second store, he didn't even know what e-commerce was, $12,000 in a month. Omar, $9,000 a month. Stefan right here, mom, zero experience in e-commerce. $1,500 in a month. 1K a day, let's get it. Person came in, I think this is one of his first months. Joe right here breaking $1,000 a day. Angelica, one of her first things out there, she said, I didn't even know what e-commerce was. That's her third or our second full month, $15,000 in sales. Jennifer right here, didn't even know what e-commerce was. Another complete beginner, $26,000 in their second month. Another person right here. Here's my testimonial for HCOM using Matt's scaling technique, using the exact system and checklist, $110,000 in sales. Michael right here, halfway through his first month, $10,000 in sales. More people, $200,000 a month. That's not the typical result. Ben right here, $7,000 a day. Again, not a typical result. I'm showing you the more reasonable ones right here. There are people who've come in here and done nutty things with Matt's systems. And I want to ask you, can you give me a 2 if you were one of those people and you had access to the same systems and checklist, if it could change your life? I mean, imagine getting up when you want, working when you want, making as much as you want, and doing what you want. And working without fear for the future, but excitement. You're working on your own stuff every single day and doing it when you want to. Give me a 2 if that would just be everything. A lot of 2s. And the crazy thing is, that's what I was looking for. A system and checklist that people can use to go and replicate and go out there and hit that breakthrough point. Because all you have to do to get to that breakthrough point is you just have to find something you can do over and over again that works. And here's Matt's checklist right in front of you. We're not going to give you the whole thing because it's private for our HCOM group and it can't get saturated. One of my main concerns when I was talking to Matt about this is, won't this hurt your business? He said, no, there's millions of niches in e-commerce, millions of new products every single year. I could tell a million people they could all start an e-commerce store. It wouldn't do anything to me. So let's get this out to the people. Because think about it. Once you have Matt's systems, what do you have that he doesn't? Or that any of the people that I've shown you today don't have? I mean, you think about it. The hardest part people have with this event is actually believing that they can do it. When you look at just the cold hard stats though, 70% of millionaires are self-made. The people getting the houses that you want, buying the things that you want to buy, they all started from scratch, the vast majority of them. And Matt wasn't some Bill Gates whiz kid. He was just a guy working a job that got tired of working that job. So truly, what advantage do they have, or did Matt have, that you don't right now, when we go and show you how this works? And that's exactly what we're here to show you how to do today. We're here to skip to the shortcut. Because Matt's first initial success didn't come all at once. There's actually a giant mess when he first got started. And what we're trying to do today is get you right here. So you can skip all the points where Matt lost money, picked the wrong products, started stores the wrong way, and just give you the system that worked. This is the breakthrough point I was talking about that I went through. And when people can just skip to this breakthrough point, they go through the same exact experience Matt did. He was able to go and skip it and just get straight to the successful point. And so when we were going through this, I said, Matt, what's the quickest way we can get people results with this? What's the quickest way we can get them to the point where they're past the struggle point and to the point where they can go and actually start running ads and getting sales of their products? He says it really just takes 3 keys. You got to have the triple P factor. You have to focus on gathering reinforcement and feedback, and it must be rinse and repeat compatible. And so first things first, I said, Matt, what's the triple P factor? He said you have to have a product, a place, and people. A viable product to sell, a place to sell that product, and a way to consistently get people to that product. And Alex, the only business model I can think of on earth right now where you have all those things so easily is Shopify dropshipping e-commerce. You have all you need to do, even if you have no prior experience. We mean that. Look, Jennifer right here, she came in 2 months ago. I didn't even know what Shopify was. She did $10,000 her first month. And that's because e-commerce isn't that complicated. It's actually pretty simple. All we do is we go find wholesale items from China on their sites. And what we're going to then do is see, for example, with this tent, it's a $40 tent. We put it on our site for $149. And then all we do is we go on Facebook and target people who are interested in camping and sell them this $149 tent and keep the $109 profit. That's all there is to it. And we want to make this simple for you too. So the first thing we're going to do before you talk to Matt, who's like the PhD in this, is you're going to sit down with Devin right now. And Devin, I'm about to put you on. And what Devin's going to show you is step by step how to have a Shopify store up, how to get customers to it, and how to get to $100 a day as fast as possible. In fact, what he's about to do is show you how we took a brand new store and got it past $300 a day in sales, about $10,000 a month in sales in just a couple days. And it really only took us about 10 to 15 minutes of work to do this, which is our goal. We want to make this simple for you, and we want to get you that breakthrough point as fast as possible. And Devin's the master of this. So Devin, without further ado, I'm going to throw you on right now if you're ready. Okay, you ready? All right, cool. I'm going to throw this to you right now. Here you go.
Hey guys, Devin Zander here again. I'm CEO of Smart Apps. We are one of the largest app companies in the world for Shopify, and here I am in our HQ. I'm alone here today, but that's fine. And what we do here at Smart Apps is we literally spend 7 days a week just optimizing stores for sales to make it as easy as possible for these stores to make just a ridiculous amount of sales. Now, because of that, we've come up with a system that's extremely simple to follow and get started with. And Matt will get into some of the more advanced stuff just a little bit later. First, why does HCOM work so well? The truth is that we just like to keep things simple here at HCOM, and because of that, it's extremely simple to get started. Now, there are two reasons that Shopify in dropshipping is the biggest opportunity in the world right now. There's seriously nothing else like this. This is the biggest opportunity. Now, reason number one is that e-com is set to actually double by 2022. That means that there will be double the amount of opportunity. This is not slowing down at all or going anywhere. Now, reason number two is there are new niches and there are new products added daily. And think of that as like an open field that's just opening every single day, ready to have you make money from it, essentially. Just an open field of money opening every single day. And that's why it was to get results like these. So this store right here, we got it to $400 a day. It's actually $373, but we got it up to $373 in one single day with just 15 quick minutes of work. That's all it took, was 15 minutes for us to get those results, okay? And the best part is honestly that anyone can do it. We've seen students get the same or better results time and time again just by following a series of simple and repeatable steps. And you're gonna laugh because the steps really are that simple. And you're like, oh yeah, okay. But the truth is these are all you have to take. These are these simple steps. Step number one, you find a product that's open or proven to sell. Step number two is you make a store absolutely free of charge, okay? And then step number three is you make an extremely cheap ad to get people interested in the product that you're selling. And that's literally it. Those are the steps that our students have followed to get outrageous results. Now there's a little bit more to it, but what I just showed you, those 3 steps, that is 90%. That's 90% of the entire process. And as I said, this is straight up repeatable. We even created a checklist for our outsourcers. These are outsourcers who do this for our stores. And these are literally people who have never done this before. They've never touched a Facebook ad, they've never touched a store, and they're able to follow these checklists and create winning ads for us. And this is what the checklist looks like right here. We literally just give this to them, say, hey, follow this exactly, just follow the steps, okay? And they're able to go out there, people who have never done this, and create winning ads. So really quickly, let's go through these 3 steps. Remember, I showed you these 3 steps here. Let's go through them live together. Let me pull up Chrome. So number one, we're gonna break down how we found this portable sewing machine. Okay, this is the product that we were selling to get to that $373 a day, how we found it and how we got it set up. So first thing we wanna do is go into this free app that you'll get. We'll get into that a little bit later. And then we just enter a search term or a type of product we want to sell. It's really simple. You just go after passion, niches, or jobs. So if you wanted to sell someone who's a nurse, nursing stuff, you do that. Or in this case, I wanted to sell a sewing machine because people love to sew. So I would just do handheld sewing machine, okay? I would do a minimum of 500 orders. That means that this sewing machine would have received at least 500 orders because we want something that's proven to sell, right? Remember, because then it's easy to sell it. And then we just hit search just like that. And now we have a list of products that we can sell in our store. And look, this product is $8.98. It's got 3,000 sales, and we can sell it in our store for $40. And we just keep the rest of the profit. And remember, we don't buy these products up front, okay? I'm not spending this $8.98 until somebody else gives me that $40. It's nice and easy. And if I want to sell this in our store, all we have to do is click on this add to store button. And then what the app is going to do is it's going to get the product, it's putting it in our store, and now we'll be able to sell it. Nice and easy, just like that. So that's pretty easy. Now look, that's the hyper basic part. Okay, we're not going to get into the super advanced tactics because those are for the people in our group only, but this is more than enough to give you the basic idea of how it works and how simple it can be to find a product. Next, I want to show you how you can get your store set up. It's nice, it's easy, and most of all, it's free, right? So we just go to shopify.com, and in the top right up here, you'll see start this free trial or start free trial. You come here, you enter your email, right? and you enter a password, and then you enter a store name. The store name doesn't matter. Let me actually change the password just a little bit. Store name doesn't matter. Nobody will ever see this. So let's say test smart 123. And then we click create your store. Sit tight, we're creating your store. I'm doing this. Now, the most important thing, I'll wait for it to set up our store, then we'll get to the most important thing. Look at my notes while this gets set up. All right, they're still creating our store. Typically it goes a bit faster than this. Sorry guys, I know that we don't want to sit around and wait all day. Okay, success, our store is ready to go. And we don't have to answer any of these questions. This is literally just Shopify trying to get information for us. It's for their own like back end. In fact, there was a skip button. So then we just put our info. This is so they can send us our payments. Put the office info here. And then we just enter my store. Just like that, no credit card information needed, nothing needed. And just like that, we've set up a Shopify store and we can start selling products. And then we just get this free app that you guys will get later on, and you just add products to your store just like that. Look, it's added, it's ready to sell in our store. So that's how easy it is to set up your store and start selling things. But the most important thing to do is just knowing how to make the store convert. So what I can do is I can give you a few tips right now, some quick tips, but we'd honestly be here all day if I went through the entire process. So we'll look at this sewing machine that we got to $373 a day, basically $400 a day, with just a few minutes worth of work. So there's a few things we'll want to notice here. So we have this big buy button right here, okay? Big green buy button. It's super important that you have a big green buy button. I don't know why green works so well. It just works, okay? Then we've got a timer right below it. Now these are really easy to set up. There's a lot of apps that'll help you. In fact, in HCOM, there's a free app that'll help you do this. And then we have our trust badges. These are very simple to set up as well. The same thing, you just install a free app, okay? And then you get these trust badges, and that just makes people trust you a little more, okay? And then we just have this description. Now you might think like, I don't know how to write a description, blah, blah, blah. I literally just went here, okay? I clicked on this to view the product on AliExpress. Remember, this is where we're drop shipping it from. And then I stole the description they have down here. I just came here and stole this description. I put it right there, nice and easy. And the last thing you want is just to have some reviews. For some reason, the reviews aren't showing up right now. Let's see if we can refresh it. Maybe they'll appear. But typically we have a bunch of reviews right here. But the website's refusing to load. But again, that's just another free app that'll allow you to one-click import reviews from here. So you'll see how this has all these reviews, right? So these free apps will allow you to take these reviews and import them into your store. It's completely legal, nice, and easy to do, okay? So the last thing left to show you, since we've shown you how quickly it is, or how easy it is to find a proven to sell product, we've shown you how easy it is to set up a Shopify store, right? The last thing to show you is the ads themselves, okay? So let's click on that. This is the ad we ran to sell the sewing machine. It was so simple. I mean, there's nothing advanced, there's nothing complicated about this. It just says portable, lightweight, and easy to use, sewing and tailoring just made easy with this mini machine. Get yours by hitting shop now. Boom, nice and easy. And then it says on sale. The headline's on sale. This literally, like I said, took us 15 minutes of work to get this all set up. And this video here, where do you think we got it from? Same thing. We just took it from this page right here. Do you see there's a video there? We just took the video from this page, just downloaded it, and then uploaded it over on Facebook, and then we ran an ad. And I'm sure you guys want to see the ad itself now. So let's look here. You have to set targeting for an ad. So who do you want to show your ad to? We literally just targeted the United States. We targeted women, see just women right here, between the age of 54 and 65. So we actually ran ads for a day before that from 18 to 65, but then we saw that people below 54 weren't buying, so we changed it to 54. And then we just targeted people interested in sewing and sewing machines. Look at that. That's all we did. Women in the United States between the ages of 54 and 65 who are interested in sewing and sewing machines. And then you'll look, we have a potential reach of 940,000 people. Remember, we're making $30 profit per sale here. 940,000 people. If you just sell to a small, like 1% fraction of that, that's like $100,000. It's absolutely insane. And that is how easy it is to get this set up. And that's it. That's honestly it. And the beauty here is it's so repeatable. And this tiny process is so repeatable that we have the checklist that you simply follow to do this over and over again. Think of it as like an aircraft operation manual. Before the flight or the pilot takes off flight, he just follows the checklist, right? Just follow the checklist and then you have a safe flight. Just follow the checklist and you'll have a winning ad. It's that simple. And just by following this checklist, we were able to get past $300 a day. As you saw, we were able to get past $300 in a single day. And that's literally more than most lawyers make out of law school. And you didn't have to spend 7 years in college, and you didn't go $100,000 in debt. Getting all worked up over here. Okay, so does that make sense, everybody? Do you have any questions? Any questions? All right, we actually got a lot of questions. Hold on just a second. Let me look through. Okay, there's a lot. Let me grab one. Okay, someone said, do you have to spend a lot of money on ads? No. So this ad right here that you'll see, we literally got this to like $150 to $200 a day with just $10, $5 a day on ads. Our first day, I think we did like $90 in sales with $5 spent on ads. And then the next day we put it up to 20 and we were already past $200 in sales. A big part of HCOM is honestly just like keeping it dirt cheap. We want you to be able to get started with only spending $5 a day, if that makes sense. And then after you start making some sales, if you want, you can scale it up with your profit, but all you need to do is spend $5 a day to get started. Couple more questions. Do you need a staff or do you know how to write code? No, and that's a really good question actually, but 99% of our members, they work from their homes, okay? And they don't have staff or anything like that. And typically they do not hire staff at all until they're making so many sales that it's like, okay, I don't want to do this on my own anymore, so now I'm gonna hire staff to take care of it for me. And then they can focus on doing whatever they want, right? They just want to free up their time and make it as passive as possible once they get that point of making a lot of sales. So that's typically when you hire someone. But when you get started, you do not need to know how to code, and you need 0 staff, okay? All right, Alex, there's too many questions here. Guys, we'll answer the rest of these at the end of your call. Thank you for being so involved. But for now, I'm just gonna throw it back to Alex. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's a pleasure sharing this as always. Thank you guys so much for your time. And Alex, back to you, bud.
All right, awesome. How was that? How was that, guys? Pretty good? Can you see my screen? Give me a 2 if you can see my screen. All right, I like it. So with that in mind, the train you just saw Devin build a store, well, just goofing around using some of the systems that we have and getting results very quickly. And you can see a lot of people inside of HCOM have done the same thing. Omar, first month, $10,000. Stefan, mom did $1,500 in sales her first month. Edison right here, opened a store a week ago, took me 10 minutes to build it, $255 in sales. Michael doing $10,000, I believe, actually. He got his first sale in 2 hours and he went on to do $20,000 this month. Thybot right here was able to come in and break $355 a day on his first day of doing this. Trust me when I tell you that at HCOM, we're basically the Harvard of helping people start their first business. You just see the results coming in and piling in. And again, I'm not going to spend so much time focusing on results like we did last time. You just see tons of people who come in. For example, Bruce right here was able to generate, I think, around $40,000 to just pay off his college debt. So we could even pay for Harvard if you want. Now, then what do you do at this point? So what Matt told me next to do, and he said his biggest breakthrough, and this was actually one of my biggest breakthroughs, was to stop playing basketball alone. And what this means is, if you look at any person who's ever been successful, they are always surrounded by a group of people really doing the same thing. Think about it. I mean, can you imagine a Kobe Bryant being any good if he didn't have anyone to practice with, if there was no one to compete against? No, that'd be insane. He wouldn't even be playing basketball because that's not how getting good at anything works. And if you look at how humans operate, especially when it comes to study groups or success, we conform to what we're around, and that can be a good or a bad thing. So for example, if one of your friends puts on weight, gets fat, gets really overweight, you are 57% more likely to go overweight as well. That almost doubles if it's one of your partners or your spouses or a person you spend a ton of time with. People that join study groups with top performing students, regardless of their scores before, see huge increases. People that hang out with people that do drugs and have never done drugs before usually end up doing drugs. People that hang out with other entrepreneurs who are doing the same thing they're doing usually end up getting good at that same thing. When I was getting really good at SEO, my breakthrough was I started talking to other SEOs and hanging out with them, getting competitive with them. In fact, I met Devin way back when, I think 2012, when I was just getting started in SEO, and he was pretty good at it as well. And what happened is we got pretty competitive, and he was one of the people that helped me get better at it because I was hanging out with him and other people doing that. And so I conformed to the group I was in and got good at SEO. Can you think of anything you've ever gotten good at you weren't in a community based around? Did you just get good in a vacuum? That's not how it works. And Boots, you got to relax. I know you're excited about this. Dog's going nuts over there. That's not how it works. Because your path to success isn't going to be a straight line. It's going to be all over the place. And when you join a group of people and find mentors who are doing what you want to do, what happens is, first off, you feel pressure from your community. You want to be good at something they're good at too. Nobody wants to join a village of people that can all do handstands and be the only person in the village who can't do a handstand. I mean, think about it. If you put a kid who is really bad at math in a math club where the kids are obsessed about math, he's probably going to see a huge increase in his math ability. That's because you conform to the group you're in. And what happens is when you're going forward and you start making your first mistakes, Matt told me when I was making my first few mistakes, I had mentors and a group of people I was talking to that put me back on track. And if I didn't have that group of people, I would just ended up in the twilight zone. And so you must surround yourself with a group of people. You must find mentors who are doing the same thing because they act as walls and they press you forward and then you bounce off those walls to get to the place you're trying to get to. And Matt said that's by far the single biggest driver. I don't see anybody doing this in a vacuum. And what happens is, again, if you do it in a vacuum, you don't have any pressure to go forward and you don't have anybody to put you back on track. And so you just end off in nowhere, losing money, and you quit and you're just back at your job doing the same thing over and over again. So knowing that, the final part of this that Matt told me was the final key is you have to have rinse and repeat ability. That means the business has to be replicatable over and over again in an almost boring fashion. And that means you go out there, you clone what you just did, you do it again. You clone it, you do it again. You clone it, and you do it again. And the only cap is you settling for as much money as you want to make. Matt said that's the greatest key. If you can't do that, if you can only do it once or twice, there's no point in doing it. And the reason why the system has worked so well for Matt and it's worked so well for other people because it's clonable and repeatable. So without further ado, guys, Matt's going to hop in. He's going to show you the final step, which is basically the key to growing this. How he took the first product he launched from $100 a day, which Devin showed you how to get to $500,000 a day. So before Matt comes in, can you just put an exclamation mark in chat? Can you just go wild? Can you say, hi, Matt? Because I think there's a lot of anticipation built up to talk to him. And, okay, cool. See, look at that warm welcoming, Matt. I'm going to pass it over to you right now, and Matt's going to show you basically the key to rinsing and repeating this business model. All right, Matt, I'm going to throw it over to you right now.
Okay, guys, it's Matt here, and what I want to do is keep it in the same spirit of what Devin just had there and keep things really, really simple. First of all, in the spirit of results first, I'm going to show you a peek into one of my stores. No, I'm not going to give you the store, but I do want to show you those Black Friday results that I was talking about earlier, right? And you can actually see those on the right-hand side. And that's actually Black Friday through Cyber Monday. Now, guys, that's really cool, right? And that's going to be one of the biggest weekends in your entire ecom business. But I wanted to show you and drive this point home that this isn't just a one-hit wonder for us. This is actually a different month, and you can see it's on the opposite side of the calendar, about as far away as you can get. And it was a really, really solid month as well, right? And I know this can be a little bit intimidating, guys, but we wanted to drive the point home that this is what we do. This is day in, day out for us. And we literally have this down to a checklist for our students. So this is what they are doing as well. And even the most advanced stuff is down to that checklist. And that's why you get to see so many of these crazy results that Alex keeps showing you. And look, getting to 10K a month and beyond isn't hard if you understand one key technique, and that's called the flywheel technique. Basically, with Facebook, the more sales you get, the better it gets. Facebook gets at making you more sales. That's right. It makes you more sales. Like a flywheel, it gets faster and faster the more momentum it gets. So this is how our members are going from $50 to $100 a day all the way up to $500 plus a day, just because they're getting those first initial sales and they're letting Facebook do the rest. Now let me expand on that a little bit. So let's go back and act like we are selling those tents that Alex was talking about earlier, right? So we create an ad and we start selling these tents, and we're going to get some first initial sales from Facebook. through our targeting and all the things that we teach you inside the checklist. And we're going to start to have Facebook figure out who's buying. There's tons of people out there like Camping Carl, and Facebook knows exactly who those people are. So we get our little pool of Carls over here and we say, Facebook, I need 2.1 million camper Carls to go after. And Facebook actually can go out and create an audience for you using their AI and find those people, put them in an ad for you, and you can target them. So look, guys, you are so lucky right now because this is space age technology versus the sticks and stones that I had back when I was getting started. And in HCOM, my entire goal is to give people the tools and the tactics that they need to get those first initial 100 sales that you need to create this pool, and then let Facebook's AI take over and point you in the direction and point the ads in the direction to start to see, $50 to $100 a day turn into $300 to $1,000 per day. And this might seem like rocket science to you guys, but I can't stress how easy this is, and I'll show you exactly how easy Shopify and Facebook have made this. So inside the Shopify store right here, you can see there is this code right here. This code is from Facebook. It's literally just a string of numbers now, and you come and take that from Facebook and you put it inside your store and hit save, and boom, that's everything that you need and Facebook needs in order to do what I'm talking about here and find those 2.1 million camping Carls, right? So after that, all you need to do when you're creating your ad, and don't let me lose you here, is actually take a traffic ad that's like their basic, run-of-the-mill ad, and you go down here and you can say a conversion ad. When you do that, you can actually say optimize for purchase, and that's how we end up going and targeting a lot of these people and let Facebook's AI do all the work for you, guys. And so that is really it. And the really only challenge that you have is getting those first 100 sales and finding the right products, which is totally covered by the checklist we have inside the course, right? I'll even give you a quick hint, guys. There is the best-selling technique I'm gonna have. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but one of the best-selling techniques that we have is using holidays and combined with professions. Now, I'm going to show you exactly what I mean here. Here is inside my store again. You can see this time frame over here. This is a Mother's Day campaign that we ran, and you can see the results, and you can see how we're just scaling, getting closer to the holiday, right? And this is how powerful holidays combined with professions can be. But how do we do this? It's really, really simple. So let's go over to a popular site called Etsy, and all I did was search nurse and mom, and look what came up. And so this is the kind of stuff, guys, that you could either create something similar or sell this using Facebook ads and just target nurses who are mothers. And that's incredibly powerful and easy for you to do on Facebook. And the way that Facebook's ads work, guys, you will actually begin to target the people who are related to that nurse, right? The kids, the husband, the mother of that nurse. And those are the perfect opportunities and perfect people that you would want to sell that to for that Mother's Day. And that's how powerful, guys, that holidays mixed with easily targetable interests like this profession can be. Well, inside HCOM, there's dozens of more tactics and some really powerful and crazy checklists that you can use the Facebook AI for, so I think the guys will be okay. Anyways, guys, I think we're a bit on time, so I'll be doing a Q&A at the end for all the questions pouring in. Alex, I'm going to throw it back to you.
Okay, just pass it back. Oh, okay, cool. No, it worked out. I'm already back on. So, guys, how was that? Can you give me a 2 in chat if that was pretty awesome? We've basically given you the whole entire picture right now. Let me recap with you. So let's hop back to the slides. So look, so far you've been giving the literal roadmap to a 5 to 6 figure business. It's just straight up. If you look at everything we've been done, all you need to do, you find a product using the sites that we gave you, you create a site on Shopify, you use cheap Facebook ads that Devin and Matt have shown you how to use, And then what you do is you get sales with them. If you use the products, you use the checklist that we're going to talk about here in a second, you just have the right product, you have the right ad. And then all you do is feed that data back to Facebook like Matt just talked about, and you use that to scale to 10K. That's what Matt used. That's what everybody else has been using that you've seen so far on this call. Yes, literally 5 to 6 figure businesses. You can see Jennifer right here, well over a 6-figure business. $26,000 her second month. This student right here, HCOM results using Matt's scaling techniques, $110,000 in sales. Michael, halfway through his first month, $10,000 in sales. And that's just because once you come in and you test a product and it works using Matt's systems, $200 a day. What do you do then? You just do it with another product, $400 a day. Do it with another product and another product, $800 a day. Do it with another product, $1,000 a day. Or you could just do it with one product like Matt did. That's all it takes is one winning product. And I want to check in and do a quick accountability check. This entire call, we said this is 30 days simple. And you've seen Matt do it way faster than 30 days. You've seen tons of other people do it way faster than 30 days. Heck, you've seen us do it in a couple days. I want to ask you real quick, with the product targeting tactics that we've talked about, could you get a hot product in the next week, not just 30 days? Can you give me a 2 in chat if you could get a hot product? Yeah. Tons of other people have done it. It's not that uncommon. Next, could you easily create a site with Shopify in the next 30 days? Heck, next week. Can you give me a 2 if you could? Yeah. Tons of other people have had. Jennifer didn't even know what Shopify was. 1 month later, she's doing over almost $10,000 a month. Next, could you easily create the simple, cheap ads that we've shown you on the call today, especially if you had guidance, in way less than 30 days? A lot of 2s. A lot of 2s. And again, Angelica right here. Boom. Didn't even know what it was. This was our second full month, $15,000 in sales. And guys, heck with 30 days. Is this 5 days simple? I want to check in. We've said this many times. Give me a 2 right now. You know, if you had the checklist, you had the systems, you had the guidance, you could do this way faster in 30 days. Yeah, I mean, we see it all the damn time. Daruv right here, just first day doing it, $359 in sales. 3 weeks into it, just reached the $1,100 revenue mark. First weekend, yesterday, $200 in sales. And guys, that's what this event is all about. This is the whole reason we've done this event, because if you look at this chart right here, I'm 31 years old. This chart right here, the red blocks represent the amount of time I've spent on earth. The gray blocks represent the amount of time that I've left. I want to spend as many of those gray blocks in a state of happiness and fulfillment. In order to have that, I have to have financial control so I can be free. And the question I have for you is, when are you going to solve this problem? If it's a problem for you right now, if you're doing something you don't like for money, if you're not able to go and choose how you spend most of your life, aka you're spending 72% of your life doing something you don't enjoy, when are you going to solve this problem? Because the whole focus of this event is the longer you wait to solve this problem, the less time you have to enjoy your life to its maximum. The less time you have to have a stress-free life. The less time you have to be able to enjoy financial freedom. Can you give me a 2 if that makes sense? And that's why we push this so hard. You don't have to wait 100 years. You don't have to wait till you're almost all out of gray blocks, aka when you're 60, 70 years old, enjoy your money. You've seen so many other people doing that. And in this event, we've given you the cliff notes, doing this as fast as possible. We try to cram as much as we can into this hour. The question I have for you right now is, give me a 2 if you would like all the notes. Not just all the notes, Matt's exact checklist, looking over his shoulder as he builds ads and builds sites and gets them profitable, looking at him doing it over and over and over again, and being supported by an entire community that's actually done it over and over and over again. How would your life be different? Give me 2 if you think your life would be different if you had Matt's exact systems, his exact checklist, all the stuff he's doing, and in a huge community of people supporting you doing it. A lot of 2s. So look, at this point in the call, you have 2 choices. You can walk the minefield blind, and I can read this whole list of stuff right here, but you just need to remember what happened to Matt when he was first doing this. He went through, he tried it out, he lost thousands of dollars, took tons of time, he was this close to failure because he didn't have any systems, he didn't have any checklists, he wasn't really working with that many people on this. It was a total mess. And what Matt was doing, it was like walking onto a minefield with a blindfold on. And if you understand how a minefold and a blindfold works, if you do something without guidance, without a system behind it, you're just shooting in the dark, you're going to get blown up. And in Shopify, that means losing a lot of money, and that means probably not finding success with this and spending months and months and months losing tons of money, picking the wrong product, getting frustrated, and really missing out on this. Yeah, that's not a good decision. Someone's like, that I don't like that decision. Well, there's another option you can take. Let me move down my screen so you can fully read this. Is look, every successful person ever has had a mentor. They've had a group and a community supporting them, and they've had all the systems to get it right the first time. How do you think Aaron Rodgers went to being a successful quarterback so quickly? Because he got all the systems and the cheat sheets and everything that worked straight from Brett Favre. And same thing with every successful person out there ever. Bill Gates, for example, when it came to investing, he got mentored from Warren Buffett. He didn't go out there and learn how to invest on his own. Warren Buffett showed him how. And Warren Buffett got the checklist, the cheat sheet from his mentor in college. Successful people give themselves every possible advantage. And they simply get the map to the minefield. They don't walk minefields blind. That's insane because you're going to get blown up. And they take on a challenge armed to the teeth, and they have guides, mentors, and support. And they reject luck. They don't rely on luck. They find the systems that work, and then they use that. They start already from the point of success. They start at that breakthrough point, and they skip testing. They skip the insanely expensive learning curve that usually results in failure, and they choose the proven path of comfort today. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you want to be successful, here's step one. You make the same decisions successful people make. And so looking at those two decisions, can you put in the chat what decision you'd like to make right now? Do you want to go with number one, walk the minefield blind? Or would you just like to get all the checklists, the systems, get in the community, have the mentorship, get guided every step of the way, just like almost every successful person ever? Well, there's good news because I've hounded Matt and Devin. I said, let's help people do this. I know after this call, there's going to be a ton of people that want to see way more of this. They want to go all in. They want to become a member of our community where we've got all the results and go and do what I basically did from 2011 to 2013 and have that breakthrough point. They don't want to start from scratch. They don't want to start with an absolute mess like Matt did and lose a ton of money. They want to start from the point where they have the tools and the systems needed to just get to this point right here. And we came together a while back and did way better than we could have ever imagined. You've seen the results from everyone so far. All the crazy stuff you've seen people doing has came from our community, HCOM. And what we have just opened up is what we like to call HCOM Red. This is the brand new, updated, cutting-edge edition of HCOM that we just released. And what we are opening up right now is our 2019 enrollment. And look, this just isn't the 2019 opening enrollment. We're going to do general enrollment, and it's still going to be very limited. What you're on right now is the pre-enrollment. This is something that's very limited. We're going to give you something very special. Compared to what it takes usually in the HCOM, this is borderline giving it away. However, I'm only doing this on this call, so if you don't see this now, you're not going to have the chance to get into the really special thing we're going to give you here in just a few minutes. I just wanted to state that because this isn't just a general opening. This is the limited private opening. We're going to give you something very, very special, a really special opportunity. However, it's only on this call. And after that, that's it. And this is your chance to not only get the most cutting edge information, but join our community that has delivered more results in e-commerce than any community online. And what is HCOM Red? It is the 4 fastest shortcuts to success we talked about. It is blueprinted, result-driven education. It is direct mentorship and proven coaching. HCOM is community and support to get you across the minefield into your goals, to get you to that point of financial control. And it is the best tools and systems for success ever put together to create the #1 e-commerce training program of all time. And I'm basing that on results. And we're going to go through the results here in a second. I'm sure you want to see them. And we will. The problem with going through results before we get into what this actually is it will take us forever to go through them. I told you the results you saw in this event are just the tip of the iceberg. I put together 1/5 of our results on a single page right here. And you can scroll and scroll $1,000 a day. I had my first sale, $15,000, $1,000 a day, $26,000 a day. I'm just reading as we go through. And you can scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and keep scrolling. And the results we get are just uncountable. There's a lot of them. And this program right here has helped so many people escape the same exact machine. And I'm going to stop scrolling right here because I want to tell you what this is and give you the chance to get into the same community that all these people have right here. I just wanted to let you know that you've only seen the tip of the iceberg as far as the testimonials and results. They block out the sun, like that quote in the movie 300. Now, again, #1 e-commerce training program of all time based on results. And if you're a beginner, you're probably thinking, all right, is this for me? You're going to learn how to think like an entrepreneur, then step by step, color in the lines, see how to build your first profitable e-commerce business from scratch with mentors and a community there the entire way to make sure you're always on track. And what this is step by literal 4-step, how to get to your first 100 sales, your first $100, $200, $300 a day, with a goal of doing that in the first 30 to 60 days of doing this. And if you're a veteran, you're going to see the training and mentorship you need to take a struggling or small business to a multi-5-figure a month level. A lot of those people you see breaking that $100,000 a month, $200,000 a month in our testimonials, those are people that had small little starting businesses. And they came in, we gave them the guidance, and then boom, It's like throwing gasoline on a fire. And you can get over-the-shoulder guidance and mentorship that break through to your peak earning levels you might be struggling to reach. And what this is the most complete arsenal of training, coaching, and tools ever assembled for building mega profitable Shopify stores fast. And most importantly, we realize that when people join our community, it's our job to make getting results as simple as possible. And that's why we've literally made it a step-by-step checklist to $50 a day, $100 a day, $300 a day, and beyond. We're not joking. Everything is fill-in-the-blank format, and you're getting the same exact checklist that Matt uses. You go up, you load up the checklist, do this step, do this step, do this step. Here's a video watching this step being executed. You simply then pick out your niche, you create your store, you create your ads following every step-by-step checklist. There's an ad checklist, a store checklist, a product checklist, and you just carve out your piece of the pie. That's why our system works, because we take as much responsibility off you and we make this a straightforward, consistent learning experience that you can follow as a beginner, regardless of how you learn, to get the results that you are looking for. And there's a few parts to this. The first is a 10-week program followed by 1 year of mentorship. And what this is week by week, you learn exactly how to get to the point that you've seen all these people so far get to. Let me walk you through the weeks. So in week 1, it's HCOM Commerce. And what this is a complete intro to the business model, structured for a total beginner to get results as fast as possible. By total beginner, as fast as possible, I want to say I'm proud of my mom achieving this with zero experience in e-commerce and little knowledge of computers. This is the result of her first month in sales. Yeah. This week is all about how to go from being a complete beginner to completely understanding how to make money. You'll see the matrix of online commerce the way Matt sees it, because he's teaching in this week. And you'll be in the perfect spot to take advantage of this constantly doubling industry 10 years to come. This is something you can do for a long time. You're going to see countless case studies to help you understand and also see how it works of beginners creating stores and getting them past 5 figures a month. You're going to see so many people that have done that just in this week alone. And you're going to see step by step over the shoulder us getting stores to $50 a day. You'll actually watch us do it right in front of you. We're constantly releasing new case studies and launching new stores just for the sake of showing how strong of a command we have over this and how you can have a strong command over it too. We take these stores, we get them to $50 a day, and we show you everything we do along the way. Now in week number 2, this is what we like to call the HCOM Niche Week. And what you're going to see in this is, for example, in the third video, we literally just give you the best niches we save for our private members, so you can just skip to that and focus on getting sales. You're going to learn how in video 2, how to spot the perfect niche and make sure it's something you love as well, so you actually enjoy working on it as well. You're then going to see, again, us take niches and turn them into 4 to 5 figure cash cows on command. You will literally get matched niche selection checklists and even get to talk to Matt to confirm your niche. We have live Q&A where you can hop on with Matt and he says, okay, that's good. Get going. You picked the right niche. And imagine having the same exact process that a 20 to 30K a day entrepreneur, aka Matt, is using over and over again, except now it's available for you to use over and over. And you can see a person, Thighbutt right here, came in 3 days into it making $300 a day. The checklists are pretty cool. And then moving on to week number 3, HCOM product. And for example, in the 5th video in HCOM product, you will see over and over and over again how we spot the best products to ensure quick, profitable sales. You'll learn insider resources we use to find products no one else is selling, so you are always in front of the selling curve. You'll master a special way of talking to wholesalers to get way better margins so that you can be way more profitable than other sellers, and so you always have a huge advantage in that area. And most important, most people fail because they pick stinker after stinker. This is the biggest problem most people run into. Our process allows you to avoid that mistake every time, with Matt's refined checklist for choosing the right product every single time. That's the key to HCOM. We stop you from going down the path of failure and constantly redirect you and force you to the place where you need to go to get that financial control. And you'll be using the same time-tested, proven product selection process as one of the world's best dropshippers. Next, moving to week number 4. In videos 3, 4, and 5, you'll learn a store design we call the 3-pointer design that allows us to make 30% more off each sale and also dramatically increase the store conversions. We actually whoop people selling the same products as us. We constantly see people copying some of our products that we'll talk about in events, but they can't make them sell, they can't make them work, and that's because we have this 3-pointer design that allows us to make our stores convert much higher, and it's not something you can see just by looking at the store. It's very subtle. And you'll get our entire suite of apps we use to to generate a massive I have to buy now craze from visitors. And this gives us an unbeatable edge over other stores, and you'll have that same edge. You'll be able to set up stores that just work in minutes, even if you've never built a website or worked online before. And you'll again have a checklist that shows you exactly what you must have on your store and what you must remove. There's so much junk that comes on most stores. And if you have that, it's going to kill your conversions. And therefore your ads won't work even if you've done everything right. That's why you need the checklist. And in video 10, you'll actually watch Matt over the shoulder break down store designs and show you the key to getting huge ROIs on your traffic due to our consistent bumps in store conversions. You'll actually watch him build the store. And this is the key right here, because if you want your ads to work, if you want this whole process to work, your store has to get sales. It just has to. And so we make sure that this part is covered. We even have store reviews where you can come on and have your store reviewed by a live coach and saying, this is what you need to fix, this is what you need to fix. All right, now you're ready for ads. And that's when you can go into week number 5. And this is the big key, HCOM ads. In video 6, you'll see how to spend minimal amount of money, just dollars a day, for maximum ROI. And in video 8, you'll literally watch Matt bidding on ads and covering how to start with super cheap ads and scale to thousands of dollars a day. You'll see the entire process laid out to get from $50 a day to multiple thousands a day. And just like always, you'll get Matt's checklist. He has an ad checklist that's refined to a T, and you'll watch him execute like a surgeon in front of you, and it'll show you how to copy it without effort. Most people lose a ton of money testing ads when they don't have guidance. And you get to skip this because you will have guidance. You'll actually have a checklist showing you step by step how to set up the ad, how to keep costs super duper low, and you get straight to the good part, sending the right traffic and getting sales now. And now that we're in week number 6, this is where it gets fun because you have the entire foundation. You have the entire system. It's just time to throw gas in the fire and do more of it. It's time to smash that win button. And in this week, you'll see countless examples of beginners taking their stores past 10K a month. And you'll really get it now because you'll see, okay, I have everything laid out. Now it's just time to smash that win button. And for example, in video 4 and 5, Matt meticulously walks you through turning your store from a $50 to $100 a day ROI into a $1,000 a day ROI. He shows you all the processes, every step you need to go along the way to do that. And we turn blowing past $10,000 a month into a straightforward, repeatable process. And again, if you just repeat the steps in video 8 and just do it over and over again, well, you see what happens over here. Angelica right here, 3rd month into this, brought in over $15,000 in sales. And week 7 through 10, I'm not going to cover right here because this is our private aged wine cellar of elite tactics to generate huge numbers. And these are the huge numbers you've seen people hit. This is where people are doing this from. It's some deeply advanced strategies we keep to ourselves to break you into the next level and beyond. And I'm not going to cover it right here because you probably won't even get it because it's really advanced, and we also want to keep this kind of to ourselves. You can see Mike right here did over $100,000 in sales. Yami doing $15,000 a day in sales. You can see Ben right here came in, was breaking over $7,000 a day in sales, and he said it's a lot more than that right now. And this comes from the guarded stuff we have in week 7 and 10. And you'll see that when you come inside. You'll see all of it. And actually, you're just moments away from hopping in and going through and getting all these checklists and getting started. And again, I want to stress, it's all just a color in the lines checklist. We have the checklist broken down for you to follow. You pick your niche and carve out your piece of the pie. You just follow the checklist that Matt's created and uses on his stores, and you're good to go. And again, after each week, you can sit down with us and have us spot check your work. We do live Q&As 4 times a week. You can sit down with us and we look at your store, we look at your product, we look at your ads, and we confirm that you're executing the checklist the right way. And this is the magical part right here, because in order to have success, yeah, you're going to have the checklist, you're going to do that, but we don't leave you alone in the woods. We help you go and get those results by forcing you to get them and making sure the work is done correctly. And you're going to get more done in 10 weeks than 7 years of college, and I truly mean that. Think about it. Harvard graduate, 7 years at school. 7 years, that's almost a decade. That's almost as long as I've been doing marketing in general. If I'd just be getting out of school right now, Matt would still be in school. Matt would still be in school. A Harvard graduate, $200,000 in debt, they're going to make anywhere from $67,000 to $80,000 per year, doing a 60-hour work week that they hate. They might be making some good money, but they're stuck in the machine, worse than anybody else, actually. You can see Austin right here. Didn't know anything about e-commerce until I stumbled on your channel halfway in October. $11,000 in sales. $11,000 in sales in November to December. Yami right here. Hey everyone, if you're thinking about starting dropshipping, go ahead. I made $16,000 on Black Friday. These guys are making more than a lawyer. They have no debt, and they did it in a much faster time. They didn't have to go to school for 7 years. In fact, they've been doing this just for a couple months. And do you need to buy any tools? Is there anything else you need to buy? No. You get a full Shopify and e-commerce tool suite. We provide all of it for you. You don't have to buy a single tool, and Shopify is free to try. You can create your first store for free, try it for a period of time, so you don't even have to drop a dime while you're testing and building out your store. And we're also going to give you a full Shopify email automation and analytics suite. Now that might confuse you a bit right now, so we'll talk about that later. And what is relevant to you right now is because Devin owns Smart Apps, we're hooking you up with a full Shopify app suite. This is how we go and increase our conversions to absurd levels on our stores. You're going to get the Smart Bundle upsell, you're going to get the Smart Express Fulfillment automation, and you're going to get the Smart Scarcity Countdown Timer. Now, you probably won't understand right now how these will all apply to your store, but what these do is they come together to make people want to buy now from your store and actually buy a lot more of it. When you combine the scarcity countdown timer with the bundle upsell, not only do people rush to buy faster, but they also buy a lot more. And when you combine that with the fulfillment automation, this makes going and getting the orders to people a one-click thing. So put this all together, you have people buying more, you have people buying faster, and you have extreme ease when it comes to fulfilling the service that your store provides. And the biggest key of all, remember what I told you earlier. We're group creatures. We conform to the community we're in, whether it's good or bad. And so the most important thing we can do here is get you in the right community. And remember, your trip isn't static. The path to success is going to be loopy and curvy, and you constantly need reinforcement and mentors and guidance and groups to reinforce the habits you're building and mentors to put you back on the right track. It's all about that force-guided feedback. If you don't have a group and mentors guiding you the entire way and pressuring you to move forward, what's going to happen is you're going to end up over here in La La Land somewhere. This is the most important key to all of it, and that is our Facebook group, where you have direct access to me, Matt, Devin, tons of coaches who are all doing at least over $10,000 per month. Live Q&A. Let me actually show you the group right here. Well, first off, you come in the group, you can see people unboxing their $100,000 plaque awards. You see people asking questions. You can see this person right here jumped in. 32 minutes later, Matt's responding to questions, helping them out. And the coolest thing I want to show you about the group is this is just not even solicited. You see people getting their first sale a couple days into after joining HCOM. And I just scroll down. I don't even have to look for a person right here just having my first $100 day, just having my first $1,000 month. Boom, got my first sale, first $50 day. Boom, made $1,000 this month almost, or $800 in sales. This month, $600 in sales. My first $120 day. Another $124 day. $255 a day. $1,400 in sales. Austin sitting down with us. He was one of our students, how he broke $100,000 in 30 days. My first $1,000 day, people sharing off the HCOM hoodies that we ship out, people accepting their $10,000 plaque. Guys, this is just me skimming through the group. This isn't even me soliciting testimonials and saying, hey, support and stuff like that. I can just scroll through here and go and look at the sales right here. This month, right here, $68,000 in sales. Brian right here, wow, first time this amount, $728 in a day. What do we got right here? $3,000 this month. Today, 3,000 visits to my store. Austin actually was able to go and break those huge numbers. What do we got right here? $750 this month. Actually, he was able to take this to $750 a day a couple weeks later. Just, you're not going to see this anywhere else, guys. And that's why you want to be a part of this group, because you're with all these people doing these things. They're all reinforcing the habit. They're all showing you the results. They're all motivating you. They're all helping you fix and move forward. And then what's happening is every single week, let me just go and show you the live Q&As we have. For example, you can hop on with Patricia and she reviews your store. You can hop on with Matt, he reviews your ads. You can hop on with Devin and he shows you how to start getting those first sales. That's why, and that's the biggest part of HCOM. It's that group, the mentorship, the community, the coaching to force you through this tunnel right here to get you to the results. And you saw the people getting results in the group. Those weren't even testimonials that I pulled up. I told you what we've showed you so far is 1/5 of the testimonials. We don't even grab a vast majority of those from the group because they just keep coming in and they just keep coming in. We don't have time to do that. And that's where you want to be. You want to be in that community that's reinforcing the habits of success. And you're going to sit down with us 4 times weekly in live Q&A calls. You're going to get beginner training with Devin where he reviews your work as a beginner and shows you how to get to that $50, $100 a day. You're going to see the advanced 5-figure tactics strategy calls with Matt every Wednesday. And then on Tuesdays and Fridays, you sit down with Patricia, she reviews your stores and makes sure that you set up everything right so that people will actually buy from those stores. And you actually get help from real earners in the group. Look at all the people right here who are asking questions. You can see Sam and one of our coaches. He does over $10,000 a month in sales from Shopify Easy. I think he's over 20,000 right now. He's in the group literally answering questions when you have an error, when you run into a problem, if anything doesn't go your way. You ask a question, boom, you have coaches who are actually making money, not a bunch of people that are just paid coaches. That doesn't make any sense. That's like a professor in college on business who's never opened a business. You have people that are actually running businesses. You have Matt Smith, you have myself, you have Devin, you have Patricia, who is another Shopify expert, all helping you get results in the group. This is unparalleled, the number one best place to be if you want to get into this business model. If you want to be on the cutting edge and you want to take advantage of this as it moves in the future, you're just not going to see anything else out there like that is delivering this much cutting edge content with this many tools and providing you with everything and every resource you need to get results. Checklisting it down in a format that's easy to follow with live mentorship and a group of people that are actually getting significant results. And now that I've made that very clear, I'm sure you're wondering, what is the cost to join this community? And look, we're going to be investing so much time into you. We're giving you all the tools you need. We're giving you mentorship. We're providing coaches for you. We're giving you cutting edge information. It costs us millions of dollars to figure out. And if you put all the value together, you're getting 10 weeks of guided coaching and training in HCOM Red. That's $6,997 value. You're getting full community access to actual earners and coaches. That's $1,000 value. You're getting our full software suite access that you could go buy on its own for $2,197. You're getting 1 year of mentorship and group coaching, $3,000 value. The total value of this easily is $14,194. And I really want you to do the math right here. Would it be worth it if you just got one winning product like that? Yeah. Financially, that's a total home run. It usually takes years to pay off a college debt. And speaking of college debt, well, look at this. We hate this. Our mission is to break the machine that exists. Colleges right now are going to cost you $50,000 to $80,000 for a degree. For the ridiculously poor results, over $1.2 trillion in student debts, and 27% of college graduates must move back in with their parents. There are over 300,000 college graduates made below minimum wage in 2018. And what if you compare this to starting another type of business? Well, if you go start a Buddha Juice, which is one of the easiest and cheapest franchises you can buy, it's just a juicer in a store, it still costs $54,000 to $96,000. And compare that to the cost that we're offering HCOM for right now. Look, it's going to cost you $80,000 to get a degree to do something you hate. It's going to cost you $90,000 to go start a simple franchise where you're still working slave labor-like hours. You have to go into work. You have to deal with employees. You have to deal with all that hoopla. And compare this to other systems out there. What if you go to cosmetology school? It's going to cost you $10,000 to $20,000. What if you just want to go be an AC repairman? It's going to cost you $15,000 to $35,000. And so when you look at the price that we're talking about right here, and the results that we're delivering for people, pretty damn reasonable. And you have to understand, our sign-up process, we could and should charge $15,000 to $19,000 for this. Other education sources do all the time with no refunds and debt skyrocketing results, aka poor results that leave you in debt. However, we don't charge that. We want to make this accessible to everyone. And so our strategy and how we get people instead of HCOM is we get interested students on the phone, and they can sign up for one payment of $6,997 or 4 payments totaling $8,200, $8,200. And our sign-up process is like this because, look, we have to pay our advertising costs. We have to hire sales reps to get on the phone and help people make the decision. We have to do all the onboarding and the heavy workload. And this is kind of a pain for us to do, and it's also very expensive. And what we want is we want to work with people who really want to be here. When a person really wants to be here, they want to go all in, they are ready to pull the trigger, those people are the ones who get the great results. We get amazing testimonial, they have a great experience, it's super fun for us to coach them, it's super fun for us to see them get results, and that's the type of person we want inside our program. And we do something special when we release our updates, which is what's happening with HCOM Red right now. We give a very, very special one-time option. And what's happening right now is we're doing our 2019 opening enrollment. And if you're super pumped to be here and you know you want to be inside this, give me a 2 if you want to be inside this. Like this is, you know you want to be here. that's awesome because we want to work with you too. Here's the definition of being pumped to be here. If you sign up on this call, that means you really want it. You didn't hesitate, you pulled the trigger, and that allows us to skip having to pay reps. It allows us to skip having to run ads, and allows us to save so much time and expenses. And in return, what we're going to give you today is a huge $2,197 in bonuses. We're going to give you a massive discount, and we're going to give you updates to the program for life. Usually people have to buy this 1 year at a time. We're going to let you stay in for life and get every update that we ever release in the future. And here's how this is going to work. The enrollment price for HCOM, if you come in through any other source, is $6,997 or 4 payments totaling $8,200. If you come in today, aka you're pumped to be here, you're the type of person we want to work with. You are here to do this. You are pumped and we want to work with you because we know you can get you results if you are pumped to be here because you're going to follow through. If you hop in today, we're going to cut that price down $4,000 to just one single payment of $19.97 or 5 low payments of $5.97. To make this even sweeter, we're going to throw in my VMA program. This is a $197 program that shows how I've built up over 350,000 subscribers on YouTube and how I run my YouTube ads and how I've built a huge 6-figure a year bonus income just running on YouTube. This will also help you massively with your Shopify stores. We're also going to throw in my Black File training, which shows how I've actually built a $1 million per month business. This is something that people pay $2,000 for. That's an extra $2,197 in bonuses with a $4,000 discount and being able to start for as low as $597. And the next bonus, when you hit your accomplishments in HCOM, we're going to send you some really sexy plaques to mark the occasion. You can see it here, delivering a $10,000 plaque. Here's the $1 million plaque we're delivering to Yami. You can see Michael right here with the 6-figure plaque. These are just cool things to say, hey, look what you've done. And it costs us a ton of money to actually get these to us. It's like $400 per plaque that we have to send to you. But it's worth it because we want you to be rewarded for what you do. This is our way of giving back to you and saying, look what you've done. Remarkable. And here's the thing. With colleges, trade schools, starting your own business at Buddha Juice or some franchise, there's no refund. And that's really hard because when you go to college and if it doesn't work for you and you've done all the classes, you should get a refund. You should. And if someone gives you a franchise and the franchise fails you, you should get a refund. If you go to a trade school and it doesn't work for you, or it's not something that you like, or it's not something that you want to pursue, after doing it, you should get a refund. That's just ethical business 101. And so what we do here is we give you a straight up stupid 30-day refund action-based guarantee. As long as you plan on using the course, you have 30 days to try this out. And if you're not 100% satisfied, you can have a completely risk-free, action-based refund, plus a $100 check to cover your ad cost or any money that you lost, up to $100 trying to make the ads work. And I want to explain exactly how this works. I want to make it crystal clear. This is an action-based refund guarantee. And the reason why we do this is because we want you to come in this course and commit to this. If you have one foot out the door when you come inside, it's not going to work. So we require you to use the course. You have to go through the first few weeks of content and complete the content inside those sections. You have to go and create a Shopify store. You have to go and put products in the store, and you have to run some ads to the store, and you have to try and get help from the group. You have to use the resources you're given and give us the best chance possible to get your results. If you go through our training and get our help and get all of our checklists and all the things that we've put into you and use the training the way it's intended to get you results and it doesn't get you results, then that's on us. If you come into training and don't use it at all, you just come and take the content and run off with it, that's on you. And so there's no refunds given in those circumstances. But if you have every intention of using the program and trying to get results, it is an absolute risk-free guarantee. All you have to do is, again, go through the first few weeks, create a store, run some ads, and again, we cover your first $100 in ad costs if it doesn't work out, and use the coaches in the group and attend the Q&A calls. All that stuff doesn't take barely any time to complete. As long as you intend on using the course, it's absolutely risk-free. And why do we do that? Because our mission is to break the system. And the last thing we want to do is be like colleges who give you a bunch of stuff and then it doesn't work and you can't even get a refund and you're in debt. That's not helping people. That's not improving the world. And I want to stress how crazy it is because we are giving you literal risk-free access and mentorship that has gotten these results. And again, I already showed you all the results in the group. And you're going to have a chance to go through all of these, but you can see people paying off their college debt, breaking $1,000 a day, breaking $5,000 a month, breaking $1,000 per day, $26,000 a month, $5,000 a month in sales, $14,000 in one day, $300 on my first day trying it, scaling past $2,000 a day, $4,300 in her first month, $11,000 in his second month. And we can just keep going through the results. $20,000 my first month, breaking $1,000 a day. Another person breaking $1,000 a day, breaking $1,500 a month while taking it slow. I'm right here. I broke $2,000 this month. Jennifer breaking $26,000 a month, having my first $900 day, my first $1,000 day, breaking $14,000 in 30 days. And the results, guys, you'll have a chance to scroll through these, breaking $350 in my first 3 days into this. Tom right here, $4,000 in sales, step by step, day by day. Thybot came in here. Hey, thanks so much. After 3 days of using HCOM Tactics, $355 in sales, $9,000 in sales, $5,000 in sales, $15,000 in sales in a single month, $15,000 in sales in another month, $102,000 in sales, $12,000 in sales the last 2 months, $11,000 in a day. This is starting to work, $389 in a day. Angelica right here, $15,000 in a month. My mom did $1,500. It just keeps going, guys. Can you give me an X if you see that it works? $12,000 this month in sales. Can you give me a 2 in chat if you just see that this works and you're like, okay, Alex, I get it. I've seen the results. And the thing I want to stress is you are getting access to the same training and mentorship that got all these results, and you're getting it risk-free. That's mind-blowing. And you're getting it at a $4,000 discount with $2,000 in bonuses. Like, what is that? It feels almost like borderline theft, but we want to work with you that badly if you want to be here, because we know we can get you results if you want to be here and you want to get in today. And the only true way to lose here is not joining HCOM. The only risk to you if you hop in is a little bit of your time applying the course. That is the only risk. We are taking all the risk here, and you are getting none of it as long as you intend to use the course. And can you do this logically? Can you pick the right products? You have a literal checklist showing you how to pick the right products. Can you build those sites can you build sites just like ours? Yes, we're giving you all the apps and a checklist to do it. Can you build ads just like us? You're going to watch over the shoulder as Matt does it and guide you in live Q&A, and you'll have a checklist to do it. Can you get near immediate help? Yes. You have coaches, people making hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars a year waiting to answer your questions. Is this more cost efficient than college, building your own business, going to a trade school? Yes. Are your risks covered, unlike college, trade school, and starting a business or a franchise? Yes. Is this the best place to be, result-wise? Yes. Is this community-wise the best place to be? Yes. Coaching-wise? Yes. Software and tools-wise? Yes. Is this more efficient than X? Please go compare some of the results from AC Repair School to some of the results we've gotten. Please go and look at the huge amount of debt that college is creating. And again, those don't come with a refund guarantee, and you can't start any of those up for as low as just a payment of $597 a day. And is your risk covered? Yes. So we have a 30-day action-based refund guarantee. Can this pay for itself and then some? All it takes is one winning product. All it takes is one winning product. If you get one winning product to $100 a day, that is $30,000 this year in sales. Can this pay for itself and then some? Thybot right here came in 3 days after using HCOM Tactics. I'm at 300 euros per day in sales, which is a lot more than dollars. Angelica, 2018 is looking good. Came in one of our first months, $5,000 in sales. Can it pay for itself and then some? Yes. Deruve right here came in $359 in sales, and this was my first day doing drop shipping. What about college? What about college? Well, check out what Bruce was able to do right here.
Hey guys, Patricia from SmartApps here, and I have Bruce with me today. He is a fellow HCOM member. How are you doing today, Bruce?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Awesome. I'm doing great. So we're here to talk about your story, your successes, and everything that you found with HCOM. So how fast were you starting to see your results?
For me, it took a good 3 months. I gave it a good go with one niche, and then didn't really work out for me. Basically, I just went, and as I went along, I learned from my mistakes, and my second store is when it really took off. And once I found that one product, literally that one product can change your whole life.
Do you feel like you got your return on HCOM?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I feel, so basically I got into HCOM. So I'm at McMaster University right now. Whatever I did with the product, the 30 grand I did in 4 months, I did that literally working maybe an hour to 2 hours a day max, and not even every day. It would have been 5 days a week. I'm a full-time student. I used to work full-time at a job when I was doing it. I basically got into it because two of my buddies are actually part of HCOM as well. There's another guy, you can look him up in the Facebook group. His name is Adam Hepburn. And he was one of the top earners as well, and as well as my buddy Demos. And they were both part of HCOM, and they were both like top earners. Demos, I think, is doing like 50K a month now, still drop shipping. Adam's moved on to social media marketing, but this was kind of like the introduction to e-commerce for me. So when I got into this space, like Becker's course, it was just life-changing completely, because it kind of opens up your mindset to like what's possible. And at the same time, I feel like at its price point, like once you buy it, you have to take it seriously, and you kind of have to like indulge fully, right? Like you can't really divide your attention anymore. You have to say, okay, I'm all in now because I spent X amount of money. So I don't know. I just feel like it's a great way. It's a great introduction to e-commerce. Everything's really well laid out. The instructors in general, like I've always had people reply to my questions really quickly. Even Matt Schmidt has like DM'd me sometimes, like when I needed help with like one product, like figuring out like how to scale it, audience testing, all that stuff. Everyone's really like helpful in the group. I really like the course is structured really well. I like how it doesn't like get you to rush ahead, and like you kind of have to wait week by week to get the new videos. I really like that part of it. And yeah, I don't really have any complaints about it. I have bought other courses and I've been part of other courses, but I still feel HCOM is the best.
And how much money can you really make? Well, there's no cap, there's no limit. Check out the results that Yami and Austin have gotten. Hey guys, what is up, HCOM 3030 people? So one thing I found that's super useful in our groups is if we actually take people that have had massive success in this program and they kind of show you how they have success, because the best way to go out there and get success here is to kind of model what they're doing. So all these people are also in our groups as well, but we got one student right here. Yami, you actually came in and made an insane amount from this program. Can you just tell me a little bit about like your first month results and like what you kind of ran into, the bumps you ran into, and then how you overcame them to get those results?
Sure. So I started my first store, and I was just trying to do a store just to apply what was taught in the course. But I wasn't really. It was just to get used to Shopify, and then I started another store. And this one I really focused on applying everything that was in the course. And I think in 1 month, I went from doing 0 sales, because it was my first month, to at the end of the month almost 800, 900 euros per day. So yeah, it was a really big growth in just 1 month.
What are your current results at now? I know you're doing huge numbers now, and so just people watching this, don't expect these numbers, but this is really an example of what you can scale to when you keep falling down after that first initial success.
But like once a week, once every 10 days, I can make between 30 until 100K a day in 24 hours with
Yeah, I think like I saw in one of the groups, like on Black Friday, you did like 15,000 in a single day or something like that. And that was like your first Black Friday ever.
Exactly. Yeah. That was the first time I did one of those big launch.
Cool, man. Well, that's just basically what I wanted to get through. So thank you so much. Again, guys, if you want to check this out, just come hop in the group, get advice, talk to people who are already having success. And I've actually linked to a few trainings inside of HCOM 3030. And what about regardless of your experience? What if you're a beginner? Jennifer right here didn't even know what e-commerce was until she got into HCOM.
We're speaking with Jennifer, who just had an amazing month in sales and revenue. So congratulations on that. We love seeing successes like yours.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Awesome.
I'm nervous.
Awesome. Good.
Been on this side of it where it's like, share your success with us.
It's amazing.
Excited to be on this end.
We're excited to have you. Honestly, we love seeing student success like yours. I mean, it's just amazing being able to be a part of something so amazing. So glad to have you. So would you like to share with us like how much you've been making after going through our HCOM course?
Yeah. So I actually bought the course the end of June.
Okay.
And I started my website and it wasn't making any sales, and I wasn't doing it the right way. I wasn't following the course really the way that I should have. So my store didn't really take off. So I kind of scrapped that store and I started a new one at the end of July. And that's the store that I am getting success with now. So I started the end of July, and right now I am at $39,543 and some cents. So I'm just under $40,000 in revenue. In just pretty much
like I said, we crush it for our students. And let's look at what you do lose if you resist placing this risk-free investment on yourself. Well, you're going to lose the $4,000 discount. You can come back and pay $4,000 more. I don't think you want to. And for our business, that isn't even like, we're just going to have to pay reps. We're going to have to pay ad spends. It benefits nobody, especially you. You're going to lose the $2,197 in bonuses. You are 100% going to lose at least $1,000 on ads before getting traction. Probably $5,000, $10,000. That's what most people lose, or most people never even see an ROI on their ads. And if you don't come in, look, you could spend 6 months learning this and not getting results, or you could just do what some of these people are doing and get results, or set yourself up to get results as fast as possible. Again, I can't guarantee you'll get results as fast as these people, but you're getting the exact same training. And if you want to get similar results to these guys, probably one of the first best steps is getting the same exact training they did. And you have the potential to get results here in 30 to 60 days. Tons of people have done it. And while we can't guarantee you will get it in that time frame, you're getting the same exact training. And what would you be losing this for? Why would you resist this? What do you gain by resisting it? It's absolutely risk-free. So to sum up everything you're getting today, you're getting the new cutting-edge 10-week guided coaching and training in HCOM Red. That's $6,997 value. You're getting full community access, $1,000 value. You're getting a full software and suite access. It's a $2,197 value. You're getting 1 year of mentorship and group coaching. It's a $3,000 value. And what happens after a year? Nothing. We're still going to be in the group coaching. We're still going to be answering questions. We just cannot guarantee where we'll be 5, 6 years from now. So we have to say, all right, 1 year. The people that joined the original HCOM are still getting coached to this day. You're going to get the VMA program. That's $197 value, showing you how to grow your YouTube channel. And you're going to get the black file for a total value of over $16,194. And again, at any other time, you come back to a role, we have to pay ad reps. We have to pay tons of ad spend. We have to work with people and hassle you to get inside. If you really want to be here, we really want to work with you right now. If you come to any other time, that means you don't really want to be here. You're not that serious about this. And so you're going to have to pay the $6,997 price tag, or 4 payments totaling $8,200. Okay? That's the deal. And if you want to get in today, if you're pumped to be here, if you're committed to this, then it's a no-brainer. And because you're committed to this, we want to work with you because we know we can get new results. It's going to be tons of fun. It's going to be tons of fun for us. It's going to be tons of fun for you getting those results. And it's just going to be very satisfying for everyone involved. And so we're willing to go and cut our price to get you in. We're willing to incentivize this. So if you take early enrollment today, we'll give you a $4,000 discount. You can get in for 1 payment of $19.97 or 5 low payments of $5.97. Now, there's one other thing I want to throw in before I give you the link to get in. And again, I stress how important it is to us to work with people that really want to be here. And so we want a whole other tier of people that want to be here. And that's people that want to just get in now and want to go in all the way. And what I mean by that is I'm going to give one last thing. I'm going to give a fast action bonus here. And this is just off me. I'm going to give you another $3,000 in bonuses. I'm not joking. You can go buy these programs for over $3,000 combined. And the way you get this is you be one of the first 15 to hop in. And the way you do that is the second I show this link here in a second, you go in. You don't wait, you go in. We have hundreds of people on right now. Whenever we do this, the 15 first spots go instantly. So if you just jump in instantly, that means you want to be here. And so we really want you in. So I'm going to give you an extra $3,000 in bonuses. Or if you take the full pay plan. So when you go to checkout, you just go and take the full pay plan. That's all you do. You just pick the $1997 plan, and that shows, hey, I'm in, I'm committed, let's do this. We're going to give you the Here and Now program, which shows you how I write long-form sales videos that generate my business millions of dollars per month. You're going to get the Hero Sales Academy. It teaches you all my sales tactics. It's the $700 program. You're going to get the Elysium program, which shows you my highest converting funnels, all the tactics I use to run advertising to make my funnels work. That's a $700 program. And you're going to get the Hero Tower program, which is a $997 program. You can go buy all of these individually for $3,000 plus total. Or you can be one of the first 15 or take the full pay plan when I give you the link here in just a couple seconds. So give me a 2 if you're ready to get inside. That's a lot of 2s. Look, guys, here's how this is going to work. I'm going to give you the link right now. There's going to be a pop-up in the side. And I'm just making sure you're ready because once I show this, the first 15 are going to go like that. Okay, guys, if you want to get in at over $4,000 off, and remember, if you hop in right now, you get it. If you accept a 1 pay plan, you get the bonuses. And remember, if you hop in right now, you're one of the first 15, you get the bonuses. If you take the $1997 plan, you guarantee yourself the bonuses regardless. If you want to get in the HCOM Red, our new cutting edge system with a 30-day action-based refund guarantee, so there's absolutely no risk to you, check the button that is popping up on the side right now. And if you have questions, our staff is standing by to answer any questions you have about the course. Again, the fast action bonuses are going to go lightning fast. So if you just want to get into this, hop in. There's a 30-day risk-free guarantee. There's nothing to lose. There's nothing to lose. And so I'm going to leave this up here for a few seconds. Now, while you guys are putting in the questions and we see the questions pouring in, we're about to do a huge Q&A, but I want to make sure the people who are rushing in right now for the fast action bonuses don't get lost. So what's going to happen is you're going to end up on a page that looks a lot like this. It might be purple, it might be red. It depends where you're actually visiting from at this time. That being said, it's going to look just like this, and you're going to be able to scroll past all the results and see the details on the course. That being said, if you want to get in the fast action bonus, you need to go through right now. You're going to click on enroll at 66% opening off deal, and you're going to see these links right here. Select your plan, enter in your information, and then bam, you're locked in. You've locked in the bonuses. Or if you take the one payment plan, you're guaranteed the bonuses regardless, and boom, you're inside HCOM. You're inside the course, you're getting helped out, you're talking to us in the group. Everything is going just as planned, and you're on your way to building your first store, getting this set up, and achieving the financial freedom we've been talking about this entire call. You'll be in the group, say hi to us. Okay, we'll throw a mini parade for you. Now, back to this. I see a bunch of questions coming in. And also, we accept PayPal or credit cards. So if you're having issues with your credit card, this happens all the time with processing charges this large, just use PayPal. You could also use PayPal credit and split the payments up. You could even put it on a credit card and then pay the payments off way over time. You don't have to pay this off over 5 months. You could pay this off over 2 years if you want, if you're using a credit card or PayPal credit. So keep that also in mind. There's no reason not to hop in here. And again, it is completely risk-free. If you're using credit card or PayPal credit, you come in, you have 30 days to try this out. You can try it out on the bank. And then if you like it, you can split the payments up after 12 months, 24 months if you want. If you don't like it, there's absolutely no risk. We'll refund you immediately. And you were just able to try HCOM on the bank itself. So that's pretty cool, and keep that in mind. Now, I want to hop back over because I see a ton of questions pouring in. And again, we have staff standing by to help you with questions. However, they might be overwhelmed right now. So I'm going to go through a lot of the questions that we see most consistently. If you have a question, throw it in chat, and we'll try our best to get to it. Again, if we can't answer it, the fast action bonuses are going really fast, and this is going to close down today when the call ends. So that being said, regardless what happens, this special, this limited access deal, this opening deal is ending at the end of the call. That's just how it is. So if you can't get a hold of someone, still hop in. It's still a no-brainer, and you still have that 30-day risk-free guarantee. There's absolutely nothing to lose. You're getting 10 weeks of the guided program and coaching. You're getting 1 year of mentorship. You're getting full community access. You're getting 4 times a week Q&A. We can sit down with us and we guide you live 4 times a week. You can sit down with us almost every day a week and get guidance. You're getting all the full software suites and a community full of excessive results. And I want to answer a few of the questions that I see pouring in right now and I've seen in the past. I can probably predict these. Will this work for you if you're a beginner? Look, all these people right here were total beginners. Yami right here, first month doing e-commerce, $12,000 in sales. Daru, first day doing your e-commerce, $350 in sales. Thibot right here, $300 a day in sales on his 3rd day doing e-commerce. Daru right here, young, old, doesn't matter. He's 16 years old. We see people from ages 50, 60 plus coming in here and doing this. Yami is from Switzerland. It doesn't matter what country you're in. And if you're a total beginner, that's completely irrelevant. This system is designed for total beginners. It's blueprinted down to checklists so that a total beginner can do it with having no prior experience. And what about the course? You get updates for life. How much time does this take every single week? It takes as little as 2 hours a week. And you have access to the coaching for an entire year, but we're still going to be doing coaching after that. We just don't know where we're going to be 5 years from now. So we have to put a 1 year guarantee on it. But the people that got in the original HCOM are still getting coaching. And you have full access immediately after purchase. Next, what about this 30-day action-based refund guarantee? I want to state what this is again. I want to be crystal clear. Our goal at HCOM is to get you results, and your goal when you join HCOM is to get results, right? And so in order to make sure you get results, you got to use the content. You got to use our resources. And so here's how the refund works. You have 30 days to accomplish the following: to go through the first few weeks. And by the way, it doesn't take weeks to go through the content. You can go through the first few weeks in a couple days. Most importantly, you have to complete the content in those sections and then use the checklist to create a store, pick a product, and create your first ads. That's it. That's all you gotta do. You have to use our resources and content. And then all you have to do is, if you run into trouble, you have to give our coaches a chance to help you. If you do those few simple things and you don't get results, one, our minds are blown, and two, that's on us. We'll give you your money back, no problem, okay? If you've done all those things and you're not even happy with the results you're getting, if you've gotten some results and you're just like, I don't know if I want to do this, boom, you have your money back. But our goal here is to get you results, and your goal here is to get results too. So we require you to actually go and use our content training. If you come in and don't do a damn thing, you don't use the content, you don't use the resources, you just try and download our videos and run like a lot of people will do, because the information we have is cutting edge. A lot of people just try and be goofballs and download our videos or watch all the content and then take up. You have to come in and apply our resources. And if you don't get results from our resources, we failed you. Your money back, no problem. And another reason why we do this, well, it's pretty obvious. When people apply our resources and our content and use our coaching, we see them get results. We see it all the damn time. And we know the best way to get people results is to get them to actually use the course and use the coaching. That's all. We just want to push you to use it because we know it's the best way to get you results. We know that is the best way to get you results. And so in your best interest, this is what we do to get you to do it. And if you come in and you use our course, you use our information, you go and apply the coaching, we know it's the best way to get results. But for some reason, if it doesn't, then no problem. No problem. You could just hit up our customer support person in the lower right-hand corner of your dashboard when you come inside. They say, okay, no problem. Here's your refund. Enjoy. Look, our goal here is to help people. Our goal here is to improve and break the machine. And if for some reason our stuff doesn't work for you after you apply it, that's on us. No problem. We'll give you a refund. And by the way, if you came and spent $597 with us, $1997 with us, we want you as a customer in the future. We want you as a customer in the future. Maybe this wasn't for you, but you'll probably want to work with us again in the future because we treat you ethically and honestly. And so we know that. And it's just in our best interest, it's in your best interest to treat you with respect and make sure you get results. And if you don't get results from our stuff, that's on us. We'll give it right back to you. No problem. Easy. Easy as pie. Now, can you do this on your own? Well, you can-ish, but you're going to lose tons of money on ads. You're going to lose tons of money on apps. And if you were to go and get literal over-the-shoulder help like we do 4 times a week, it would cost you $3,000 per session from most gurus out there who don't have even 1/5 of the results we do. Look, it's actually cheaper to come inside of HCOM and do this because of all the money you're going to be saving on ad costs, all the money you're going to be saving on apps. It would cost you $2,000 just in hard costs before you even got into the hard stuff just to attempt doing e-commerce on your own. That's why we cover all the costs for you with a refund guarantee. If you go do this on your own, there's no refund guarantee. There's no one to cover your ads, and you're just going to lose your butt on Facebook, and you're going to lose at least $1,000 minimum on Facebook. Why not just come in here and get all the answers to the test with a refund guarantee? It's cheaper and there's a refund guarantee. It makes no sense to go do this on your own. It's more expensive. Now, can you do this in 30 days? While we cannot guarantee you will get this in 30 days, that'd be a completely bolder dash of us to say. A lot of people have came in here. Austin came in, 11,000 is first 30 days. John Kisney, breaking $1,000 is 30 days. Matt right here, first month, $1,000 in sales. There's a lot of other people doing 20,000, 15,000 their first month, but I just want to show you people coming in here and getting these reasonable results when they come in. People do it all the time. People pay off their first payment in the first 30 days all the time. But this is a lifelong investment, guys. This isn't just the first 30 days. This is something you're going to do for the next 5, 10 years like Matt is doing. I've been doing entrepreneurship for almost a decade now. Same thing with Devin. It's not just a 30 days thing, but I know you want to make your money back fast, and there's tons of people doing it all the time inside of HCOM. And is this going to get saturated? Is this going to close up for you? I think this graph is a little bit conservative. I think e-commerce doubles almost every single year, but you can see even on a conservative graph, it's increasing every single year. More people are coming online, more niches are opening up. You can open a different store in a different niche every day of the year, and there's still niches left over. So again, guys, this is starting to wind down, and if you haven't hopped in yet, it's a $4,000 discount, or you can get started for your first payment of $597. Remember, if you take that one payment, you guarantee yourself those $3,000 in bonuses. And I just want to state a few things because it's very important to us to get people out of the situations that we were in our earlier life, especially Matt. Like, that's the whole reason why he's doing this. He doesn't have to. I want to state a few things. Can you give me a 2 in chat If you know you want to do e-commerce, this all makes sense to you. You see this as the way to stop losing those blocks in your life and start replacing all the red blocks you're spending now with blocks where you're spent in a state of fulfillment and financial control. Give me a 2 if that's what you want. Okay, so the thing is, what are you waiting for? Like, what opportunity are you waiting for? What are you going to swing at? Because this has the 30-day risk-free guarantee. That also being said, is there a better opportunity to swing at? This is the best place to be as a beginner, result backed. I'm not just saying that. Like, you can look at our results. It's the best business to start. I can't think of another business model out there that's doing this well right now and is poised to do this well in the future. This is the best community to be a part of. Look at our results. This is the best software for e-commerce provided. This is the best coaches for e-commerce. Look at the results our coaches have gotten. And this is the most results of any e-com group. And you're getting access to the same training and got those results. And it's, again, risk-free. What are you waiting for? Where is the opportunity you're going to swing at? There's no better opportunity. And if you're trying to do this for your future, you don't want to look for some bargain bin opportunity. You want the best one. You want the best chance to succeed. You're here to succeed. And the biggest threat to a person starting an e-commerce business isn't the cost of a course or coaching. It's the ads. Because if you don't set that up right, you're going to lose. And there's no refund guarantee on ads. This is giving you the best opportunity for success. This is the best place to be. And I really want you to imagine this. Think of the 2 examples. Think of me or Matt. When I was getting out of the Air Force, I remember one time I was laying in bed and I just had a really ugly day. The bosses were doing some really corrupt, evil shit, and I'm not going to get into it. But I was tired of being pushed around, disrespected, and making a shamefully low amount of money. And I was sitting in bed thinking about whether to re-enlist in the Air Force. And just a forward, this has nothing to do with the Air Force. The military was awesome. The people I worked for were doing a lot of evil stuff, and I'll just leave it at that. And I was laying in bed, no money in my bank account, and about to re-enlist because I was thinking, oh, you know, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I should take the little bit of money I have saved up in my Roth IRA and get out and start a business. And I was this close to saying, no, I'm not going to do that. And if you could go back in time, you've been inside my Stripe account. You've seen the ROI I'm making. If you could just look forward in the future to 2013, and you saw me about to say, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to stay at this job and live a very limited life. What would you do if you went back in time and saw me about to quit, and you saw me pushing about to go and quit and re-enlist? What would you have said to me? Alex, what the hell? No, stop. Calm down. Just keep going forward. That's what you would have said to me. And imagine Matt when he was going in his job after he got that last pay cut. And again, he's living with his parents. He can't even afford to marry his girlfriend. Making a shamefully low amount of money for the amount of work. He mastered everything. He went to college. He did everything right. And he's still eating crap for living in the machine type system that's been pushed on us. If you saw him looking at that first Facebook ad where he had that aha moment and he said, that's just not for me, what would you have done then? If you went back in time, you would have slapped him across the face and said, Matt, what are you? No, stop it. Just go. Now, the thing is, myself and Matt, we had nothing but risky opportunities. There was no refund guarantee on what we were heading into. So knowing this, you're sitting here looking at this opportunity. It's absolutely risk-free. And I want you to picture yourself 5 years in the future, who you want to be, how much money you want to make, the type of life that you want to have. I want you to look at that person. What would that person say to you right now? Because you would go back in time and scream. You would punch me and Matt in the face, say, don't you stop. You keep going forward. Why would you tell yourself anything different? Especially when there is no risk in front of you and all benefit. As long as you want to apply the course and use our resources. Why would you tell yourself anything else? And I want to tell you a huge secret to success. That person you were envisioning 5 years from now, that grand vision of yourself, think about that person. Who do you want to be? Now, it might not involve a Lamborghini or a private jet. I'm just using these as example photos. But you want to be a person that has control and calls the shots in your life. And a person that holds power over their life. And I want to tell you a big secret right now. If you want to become this person, you cannot make decisions that are completely out of alignment with who this person is. What decisions does this person make? Do they stack the deck in their favor? Yes. Do they surround themselves with other successful individuals? Yes. Do they go and invest in themselves? Yes. Do they swing at risk-free opportunities that are leveraged in their favor? Yes. When they go and get education, do they get the best education possible? Yes. These are the decisions that these people make. This grand vision that you have of yourself, the person you want to be, the powerful, in control person that makes the amount of money that they want and has control over their life and does what they want when they want, they make these good decisions. They don't make the out of alignment decisions to not stack the deck in their favor, to be frugal about investing in themselves, the most important investment they can make, and then making a completely illogical decision to look at a no risk investment that has such a high upside and so little risk, and then not swing at it just because it causes them a little bit of discomfort. If you're feeling a little bit of discomfort right now, that's the sign you need to move forward. Look, if it always felt good moving forward, I know you might be looking and saying, oh, I don't know if I can, this payment right now, it feels a little weird. I've never invested in myself like this. When you're moving forward in life, that's the feeling you're going to feel. If moving forward and doing the things to become a successful individual felt great, everybody would be doing it. There's going to be a little bit of discomfort because you have to make a little bit of sacrifice. And again, your sacrifice is covered right here, but you must understand that if you don't make the decisions and you don't push yourself a little bit, if you don't push yourself to make the decisions these people make, you're never going to be these people because you don't make the same decisions. Your decisions are completely out of alignment. But most importantly, if you refuse to sacrifice for the things that are important to you, what is important to you becomes the sacrifice. If you will not go and say, you know what, I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to surround myself with the best education. I'm going to do it if it's even a little bit uncomfortable right now. That's fine. If you don't do that, okay, great. But guess what? The things that you value, the control, the power, the freedom, the ability to be proud of the amount of income you make, the ability to have other people look and go, that guy or gal has it together. That's the person that's killing it right now. That person has control. That person knows what's up in their life. If you're not going to risk even a little bit of discomfort that's risk-free to get there, that's fine, but you're going to sacrifice all those things. And you're going to stay where you are right now because the decisions that you make and the decisions you made in the past to avoid just minor discomfort have gotten you where you are right now. And if you continue to make those same decisions, you're going to be in the same place years from now, decades from now. And you have to think, how do you plan to do this with zero alignment to this person if you want to become that great person you see in your head? Would this person, again, turn down a risk-free opportunity that's proven? No. Would this person go somewhere other than the best? No. Is this person willing to make tiny sacrifices and take tiny risks and accept a challenge and invest in themselves? Yes. Is this person long-term focused? Yes. And the question is this person who you want to be? And I'm just going to look at you real quick. The awesome truth is you can be this person. All you have to do is make the same decisions. And we are making the hard part of making the same decisions as this person easy. Because HCOM is risk-free. There's absolutely no risk to coming inside and you're getting the same training that got all those people results. We're taking away every hard part. You just have to make the call. You have to make the first decision this person would make. I just wanted to pull this down and look at you because it's right there. When I was in the Air Force about to get out, I'm sitting there envisioning who I want to be. I want to have this type of house. I want to have this type of car. I want to have this type of lifestyle. I want to have the ability to do what I want when I wake up every single day of my life. And I envisioned that. And I took a big risk. I took all the money I had out of a savings account to go and start my first business. There was no guarantee right there. But even then, you would go back in time and scream at me, don't you stop, don't you stop. Now, why would the future you that you're envisioning right now, what would that person say to you? They'd say, what on earth are you doing not hopping into this right now? It's risk-free, and this is the best place for you to be. And you understand this business model. You're excited about it. And you have the best coaches, the best mentorship. Stack the deck in your favor, dude, and get off and go and do this. Because look at where I'm at right now. You can go there right now. You can be here right now. But you can't be there. But you can't get here if you're not going to make even the minorest, tiniest, little uncomfortable decisions to get here. You can't. You're not going to get here. Please do this because I quite like my life right now. And I don't want to lose this. So please, future you would tell you, do this. It's risk-free. And look at the upside. I don't want to lose this. Very important. I mean, you would say the same thing to me. Why would you say anything else to yourself? And again, you're looking at the best possible choice. The results are there. The risk is gone. The community is there. The testimonials are there. The training is there. The chance to get in at the best time at a $4,000 discount is there. This is simply the time to swing. Is there any other better time to swing at your decision to become an entrepreneur right now? Is there a better business model? No. Is there a better time when it's going to be cheaper? No. The training is there. The chance to get in is there. This is simply it. There is no better time to take the swing. There's no better time when more is going to be offered to you for as low as this, without any risk, with so many bonuses. This is simply it. And one of the last things I want to ask you is, let's look forward 10 years from now. What could this one decision lead to? What could just one decision lead to? Look at my one decision when I was in the Air Force. Look what that led to. My businesses do tens of millions of dollars per year. Look at that one decision Matt made when he saw that first Facebook ad. What did that lead to? And what would the chance taken here really cost you in the long run? Let's assume we don't have that refund guarantee. Would you regret not trying this and feel great knowing you saved $18 a day for a few months? Over 10 years, the price of this is cents per day. Cents per day. And those are risk-free cents per day. And so you need to think about the upside here, but more so you need to think about this. Imagine you don't swing at this. Imagine you don't make the decision. Imagine you don't get started. You know you want to, but you just don't get started because of a little bit of discomfort. Well, there's way more discomfort in the future. Look, imagine 10 years from now, you just look back and you just spent 72%, a total of 7.2 years working at a job you dislike, making less money than you want, and just feeling left out. Watching other people surpass you, watching people that are probably in this same call right here surpass you, and most likely you do not have any money saved because you have to make money to save money. Most Americans don't have any money saved over. Most people don't have money for retirement. Most people have less than $1,000 in their bank account. Something's just not working. And the machine has no future. It's just not working. And I have to ask you, where is the serious perk to staying in your current way right now? Where is the big old perk? Where is the big old light at the end of the tunnel? People aren't retiring. People don't have any money saved. People are sacrificing 72% of their life. And if they do have money saved, they're 70 years old when they can finally enjoy some money and the ability to do what they want whenever they want. I'm going to tell you this. I don't want to wait till I'm 70 years old. I don't want to wait till it's hard for me to get out of bed for me to enjoy my money. Where is even the acceptable perk? The only outcome of staying in the machine and trading 72% of your life for less money than you want to make and not having any freedom whatsoever. There's no reward. You might have some money to enjoy when you're 70 years old, and at that point, your list of things you can do in life is hang out around your house. It needs to happen now. There's no benefit. And when you look back, are you going to say, when you look back, are you going to say, well, I'm just glad I saved $18 a day for a couple months or cents over the span of 10 years. Where is the benefit to not doing this? And what are you losing by doing this over 10 years? When you think about it long terms, it makes absolutely no sense. And you're going to have to live the long term. And 5 years from now, when you don't have a successful business, and you look back and go, I could have had a successful business by now. That's going to be way more painful than spending just as little as $18 per day right now. That is a refundable $18 per day. That's going to be way more painful. And so if you're trying to avoid pain, it's in your best interest to avoid that pain that is going to come 5 years from now than the small little pain that is risk-free right now. And even weirder, if you want to do this, what opportunity are you waiting to take? Are you thinking about college? It's not working out well for people right now, and it costs 4 years and $50,000. By all means, try this for 30 days. And if for some reason it doesn't work for you, get a refund and then go to college. Sacrifice 4 years of your life and get $80,000 in debt. Why not just try this for 1 month before going and making that huge decision? And what's the better opportunity at your job? You're going to spend 30 more years doing something pretty similar to what you're doing, maybe making a 3% raise every single year. Is that a better opportunity? Why not just try this right now before committing 30 years of your life to something you really don't enjoy? And what is going to come along? When is the magic thing you're looking for going to come along in your life? Right now, you have a risk-free opportunity that's worked for hundreds of people, and you have the best coaches, the best community, the best tools, the best business model possible. What's going to come along that's especially risk-free? Is something just magically going to come and hit you? No, you're going to have to make a choice eventually. And right now is the best possible time to make that choice. You have the discount, you have the bonuses, you have the refund guarantee, you have the coaches. It's all rigged in your favor. What is going to come along with a risk-free guarantee and this stacked of a deck in your favor? In order to get here, something must change. In order to become that person you want to become, something must change. An opportunity must be seized. And if you're feeling a little discomfort right now, that's the sign you need to go and do this. That's a sign you need to go and do this. Because changing and growing, just like working at the gym, is a little bit uncomfortable, and that's how you move forward. You're going to have to feel a little bit of discomfort. You're going to have to seize an opportunity, though, and this is the best possible opportunity you're going to see maybe this decade. So, guys, that being said, this has been Alex Becker, and myself, Matt, and Devin are super pumped to see you inside here in a few minutes. So, I'm just laying it out here again, guys. The $4,000 discount is ending here real soon. Again, today you can get in for as low as $597. That's just 5 low payments of $597 split 30 days apart. And that's it. I'm going to put up a timer right now. And when that timer hits 0, this is done. I mean, when the timer hits 0, you clearly are not interested in taking advantage of this right now. You're not 100% committed to this. And that's fine. You can come back and pay nearly $7,000 or $8,200 to get into this. And that's where we have to talk you on the phone. We have to go and sell you. You have to do all this stuff and do all this stuff. Or you could just say, I want to be a part of this right now. I want to do this. And I'm committed to this, so I'm hopping in. And I know this is risk-free, so I'm not even going to lose anything. But I want to show Matt, Devin, and Alex I'm committed to this right now and hop in. And so I'm going to hop in right now. And then bam, you're inside, seconds away from getting coaching, hanging out with us, asking questions, going through the program, going through the checklist. And that's all there is to it. You're also going to get those $3,000 worth of bonuses if you take the one payment as well, and you're going to get those other $2,000 worth of bonuses. This is the best possible time. This is the best possible thing. This is the best possible time to join HCOM. There's no better time to get into this right now. And if you're not going to swing at this, you're not going to swing at anything. So we're just going to take this down as soon as the timer hits 0. So guys, on behalf of myself, Devin, and Matt, we're going to put a timer up right now. Feel free to ask any questions. Our staff is still going around answering questions. And when this timer hits 0, that's just it. And again, there's no risk to hopping in. You can hop through the page right now, select your payment type, and just pay. As long as you're committed to doing this, there's absolutely no risk. You have nothing to lose. There's absolutely nothing to lose. There's everything to lose by waiting for this timer to hit 0. Once that's done, this opportunity is gone. The chance to go and do this with all these bonuses at a $4,000 discount is gone, and it's just not going to be here anymore. So this has been Alex Becker. I can't wait to see you inside. Let's start the timer, and I'll see you guys real soon here on the other side of the Facebook group. Be sure to greet me when you come inside. We'll hit you up. We'll give you a small little parade. It's going to be super cool. So, guys, make the call, and I'll see you on the other side.
Hi guys, I'm Angelica. I'm the founder and creator of a sweet baby apparel brand, a Shopify store. And I just wanted to take a second to say thanks to Matt and Devin and Alex for and their team for putting together this amazing course. It's been such a game changer for our shop. Our shop's only been open for 6 months, and in the last month, we were able to do 100 sales in 15 days, which is a huge, huge accomplishment for us. And I can only credit this this program, HCOM 2020. So if you're considerate, do it. It's such a game changer. I mean, as a mom and as a creative, it's just been so nice to have a roadmap of clear and concise information to know exactly what I'm looking at in the world of marketing, in the world of email marketing, Facebook marketing, social media platforms, all of that. Like, it can just be a whole circus. And it's so nice to know that these guys have put in the work and the research and the testing to give us, the consumer, the best head start, really, to have a successful shop. And I've just been such a fan of all of you guys for such a long time, and it's been such a pleasure to be a part of the community and such a pleasure to see you guys so active in the community. So if you're worried about the coaches not being there for you, like, forget that. These guys are answering questions at all hours of the day, all hours of the night, because that's when I work. I'm a mom. I don't know if I mentioned that. So I think it's a big deal. Like, I have 2 babies at home. So to be able to take all this information in a concise and it's very clear. Like, I don't know how many more times I could say that. Like, the numbers are there. You just have to understand them, and you just have to apply them to your shop. And I I feel like if this mom can do it, you could do it too. So go for it. If you've been thinking about it, do it. It's a really good investment for your shop and an investment for your brand if that's what you're looking for. So just want to say again, thanks a lot. We'll see ya.
Hey guys, it's Patricia from Smart Apps here, and I have Joe with me today. Joe's going to tell us a little bit about all of his store successes and what it took to get there. So yeah, how are you doing, Joe?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm good. So as we talked a little bit before this, you said that you are a recent HCOM member within past 6 months.
Yeah, a little under 6 months, like 4 to 5 months.
Good for you. Awesome. So how much money are you currently making with your store?
So I'm doing about $1,000 a week in profit, so around $4,000 a month on average. Obviously, with like the holiday season of Black Friday, I was able to make a little bit more, so that was a little bit more like $6,000 a month. But it changes a little bit, but I'm hanging around that ballpark.
Awesome. Good for you. And then how fast were you seeing these results?
Once I got all the kinks ironed out and really worked through my whole process and, did a little bit of tweaking. So about a month and a half in, I was really seeing like the consistent results that you can build on and rely on,
Wow, that's pretty fast. What have you been doing exactly to get these results?
For me, it's mostly just monitoring the ads and kind of anticipating with what time of year it is, how much ads you want to push, or like, after the holidays kind of scale it back a little bit because you're spending way more on ads leading up to the holidays, So, just watching the videos over and over that Matt does with the Facebook ads. They're super informative. Yeah, just staying on top of your stuff, look at your store as often as you can and keep watching those videos,
Yeah, absolutely. I totally get it. So with that being said, what advice do you have for any newcomers in HCOM?
Yeah, I kind of already touched on it, but just keep watching the videos, Sometimes there's a sentence or two in there that you might not have quite understood fully the first time you heard it. And now that you've worked through the rest of the stuff in the video, you need to hear that sentence or two again. So definitely keep going over those videos and make sure you're not missing anything important because you might be not realize it. And then you're asking a question that might have already been asked, which we've all done, But ask questions when you need it, but definitely watch the videos over and over and over.
I know it can definitely be daunting watching those videos, especially on like ads and targeting, but it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, the first day I numbed my brain a little bit, but you get there.
Yeah, I feel you. So do you feel like you got a return on your HCOM investment?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It paid for itself. In the beginning, you're always worried, it's a lot, even if you do the installment or whatever. But yeah, no, you make it back as long as you stick to it. You can succeed at anything as long as you stick with it. You know what I mean? Don't give up too early and you'll get your money back.
Awesome. That's awesome to hear. Well, thank you so much for giving us some time today. And it was great talking with you. I hope for a lot more future success. Absolutely. For you and your business. And thanks for joining us.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Bye. Hey guys, it's Patricia from Smart Apps here, and today I have Adrian with me to talk about how he came across HCOM, the success that he found, and he'd just like to share a lot of his experience with you. So how are you doing today, Adrian?
Doing very well. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. So let's dive right in. How much money are you making with your store currently?
So I'm currently making about $300 to $400 a day right now. It's a little low. My suppliers on their Chinese New Year this week. So when they're back next week, then I definitely have intentions and a plan in place to scale up again.
Perfect. So what has been your gross revenue up until this point? Typically, like your average?
I'd say around 750, 1,000. I would say overall.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. So how fast were you seeing these results?
So immediately / 2 months.
Oh, wow.
So I had joined HCOM at the end of August, but prior to joining, I had already created my first store, actually based on Alex Becker's free content on YouTube. So it was a niche store, but I quickly realized that I couldn't scale it because I wanted to be able to follow the course and implement along the way with it, the teachings being on a general store. So I closed it and then I opened up my new store. And then within November, I had made $6,000.
Oh, wow. Good for you.
So I knew I was able to immediately see results from what I was learning throughout the course on my first store, even though it was a niche store and I couldn't follow it verbatim. But yeah, I seen results I know that I wouldn't have otherwise have seen.
without HCOM. That's awesome. That's exciting. So what was like your day-to-day schedule to get these results? Were you doing anything outside of the course? Were you just strictly following the course?
I was following the course 100%. So I know that there's a lot of Shopify gurus out there on YouTube and Instagram that like to put their shiny objects out there, but you cannot get into that. You have to stick with this strategy because this strategy that you guys teach is proven. It's trusted and proven by many. So you just have to stick with it and stay true.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, side note, Shopify gurus being not the Shopify support gurus, because actually one of them, Shopify had actually reached out to Devin because we pushed out an article saying like all the, misconceptions that Shopify gurus spread. And everybody was like blowing up their support and was just like, wait a second.
Oh, goodness. That's
Yeah. But anyways, so what advice would you give to a newcomer?
I would definitely advise all of the newcomers to stick with the course. Again, there's a lot of strategies out there that people try to teach, but again, this one's tried and true and it's proven. So stick with the course and definitely join and participate in all of the weekly live streams. Devin's Q&A, your store reviews, Matt's Facebook ad live streams. I know personally I participated in all of those with both of my stores, and I know that I was able to implement and learn from all of it.
Awesome. Cool. So do you feel like you got your return on your investment with HCOM?
I know I did 100%. I would have paid well amount of more money for the course. I mean, it's basically changed my life. It really has. With what I've been able to learn and now knowing where I'm at and where I will be, I would have paid more because it's definitely not something short term. It's for the rest of my life. So.
Awesome, Adrian. Well, I'm so glad that, we had the chance to meet and had the chance to talk. I'm very happy for you and everything that you've accomplished. I know that I can say that backed by, the whole HCOM team. So, well, thank you for taking the time and speaking with me today. It has been so much fun and very interesting to hear your path. So anyways, we will sign off and thanks again.
Thank you so much.